bro, 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 brother, bro. Look who it is. It is Vince Russo doing all the work. The Workers Club. Shape up. Do something for yourself.
All right, Workers Club 143. Larry, Gus, and Wilson. Yeehaw. Diving back into Vince Russo's rancid brain. Is everyone excited?
Sure.
Does anybody have anything they'd like to get off their chest?
Yeah, very good.
Okay. We last left Russo off. And
hang on. I do need to I apologize. I do have one thing. Bring it up. The Workers Club Show. Now, if you go to us on YouTube, I highly recommend it. We have shorts up there now.
Ooh.
I mean, you knew that, but good job playing along.
What's this shorts now I've been uploaded? My goodness.
On the biggest one we got, the Kerry Morton one, we have a comment.
Oh,
is it a good comment?
No.
Now, this
Probably
is a guy,
not.
he doesn't even have a picture. His name is 86 Comp Geek. Who are these dweebs commenting? Awful video. And
we're not going to beat the dweeb allegations.
Can we go into his profile? Can we?
Again, nothing. It doesn't even have a picture. Nothing there.
He's never commented on anything else, just us.
Oh, I forgot. You can look at comments. He keeps everything private if he does. Nothing on his channel at all.
Coward.
I replied from my personal account. One of those three men is your father. Your mother doesn't know which one it is, though.
No.
Well, it's not me. My boys don't work, so. Hey, that's engagement, though. I love it.
Absolutely.
There you go. Lies about legend. That's funny.
Okay.
And I'm just looking at these shorts.
Yeah.
726 views from Kerry Morgan. Wait, hold on.
And then the bathroom rules is the second one. That's got 100.
What was the bathroom
Let's
rules?
figure out the comments.
Oh, you're the star of that one, Gus.
Would it be a urinal?
Yes, because the referee comes out of the bathroom wiping his nose, and then we go into the urinal etiquette.
86 Comp Geek. Well, there you go. Let's see. I'm just going to type that in and see if it comes up.
I was going to, thank you for doing that.
LinkedIn.
Stop.
Yeah, there's a Reddit too. Books to movies.
He's on LinkedIn. What's his
Might
chat
be
do
for 86 Comp Geek book haul. So this one maybe
I saw that YouTube. So he's a commenter on other things. Let's see. Does he comment on that one? It's a lady, so he's clearly a fan of this lady in the Rammstein shirt.
Yeah.
But no comment from him.
Listen, we'd love to have you on. Defend your position, coward.
Yeah.
It's an open forum.
It's the same fucking YouTube short of people commenting on a video that there's about 18 million of on YouTube. So I don't know what the offensive part is, unless he's a huge Kerry Morton mark.
I don't remember what we said about Kerry Morton.
Probably
Kerry Morton Jr.
We're mostly positive. I think he can't promo for shit, but otherwise we're like, hey, the gimmick and the presentation could work.
Yeah.
He just can't fucking talk. And
He's definitely trying his best.
no amount of acting school though is gonna unfuck that.
A requested view of my book collection. Well, come on, Gig. I'll do that. Request that. I'll put that up on YouTube for you. 86 Comp Geek. I'll do my book haul.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah, let's go through some books. Hell yeah! All right.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. We can have like a off the shelf day where we just I got some weird and interesting shit. Dabbling in some memorabilia. You never know what might happen on eBay.
She does have a poster for Dreamcatcher. I mean, okay. Fair enough. All right.
What a dweeb.
Chapter 20, Going It On My Own. Okay, we last left Vince Russo. He had blown up his relationship with John Arezzi, and he had called Phil Mushnick and yelled at him. And he had called Steve Planamenta of the WWF to basically say, I have nothing to do with any negative press. I only want to give you positive press. And he can't believe that people think he's some kind of kiss ass. And he can't believe that, people would think he had ulterior motives. He's just trying to give Vince McMahon a fair shake. It's journalism.
Yeah, I mean, why give billionaires a chance?
So he kind of finally admits, maybe he did prior, I just don't remember, but, he was like, I was going to use John Arezzi's connections to get myself into the wrestling business. That was the plan. But, if John Arezzi's pissing off the people I want to work with, that's not going to work. So
This is such a stupid...
What?
I mean,
No,
rat. Correct when you wrote rat. Just this first two paragraphs.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a good person. This is a weirdo.
No,
Yeah.
these are like the guys that like post on like LinkedIn about like, you know what I mean? Like working 16-hour days, 7 days a week, kissing, bootlegging, like do something for yourself, man. Have some pride.
More than that, though, he's kind of the modern WWE Twitter mutant.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get into some really gross, like, they said he raped a woman. That didn't happen. It's like, okay. Just
Listen, they were promiscuous. They were in it for the money.
like he even disputes the Mel Phillips thing. Kind of. He kind of shoes it, which we know that.
We talked about it. The foot fetish. He chalks it up to foot fetish. We were all in kind of we were all very tired. And then there was a whole section on him being depressed.
I mean, that was too much, but yeah.
I had written, what a rat. See, yes, this is Vince Russo's move now. So now he's like, shit, I've boxed myself in. So he calls Planamenta again, and he's just like, look, Bushnick's out to get you. And I just want to tell you that. I just had to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, are these state secrets? Like, what's Mushnick? And Mushnick's been running negative columns for 30 years. They don't affect anything.
I think it's funny that Russo calls Mushnick and Arezzi a well-oiled machine of like working to take down Vince McMahon in the WWF. So Steve's like, okay, so are you not doing the show anymore or what? Which I thought, is Vince, he was never really clear on that. Was he on the show or was he just paying through paying for the show?
I don't know.
Or was he a part of it?
He was a part of it by the end.
And Vince claims he hadn't thought about that. I was like, what are you talking about? You haven't thought about that. Did he really? Is this why Amy's always upset with him? Did he really just blow a gasket one day, just not even thinking about how that would affect any other of his
Of course
plans?
he did.
Okay.
And it's weird, after spending time home for Christmas, a lot of this, like, what the fuck was Vince thinking? Or how could you do that with a family? I'm like, oh, men are stupid.
Gotta chase those dreams, I guess. Chase the goals or...
My dad was lamenting the fact that he could have been a dirt bike rider.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? DJ was the other one. So, Yeah, cool things always do.
Your dad sounds cool.
Yeah,
A
could've-
dirt bike DJ.
Yeah,
Hell yes.
chase those dreams.
Oh man.
That's a dual threat.
So Planamenta says, "Hold on, I'm going to talk to Vince." Or I don't know if he says that he's going to do that, but he talks to Basil DeVito. Is it Basil or Basil? Is he one guy that's Basil?
It's Basil.
Let's see. What if you do the radio show, right? And we'll pay for it. And Vince is like, wow, what a break. He's a real loser about it. He's like, oh, shucks, wow. And so he's standing in his office. And he has a really sweaty, what does he say here? It's one of those things where he starts with what is it? I'm being dumb right now. Metaphor and analogy. First is that Steve Planamenta is Kris Kringle. Then he goes on to say that they're handing over the keys to the North Pole, but there's got to be a catch. But he's so stupid. Russo is like, what would WWF? Why would they do this? He's asking this in the book.
Why would they?
Why would they pay for my show and have me do it? And he finally comes to the conclusion they would get rid of John Arezzi, that thorn in their side. And
how many fucking people are listening to this show?
Yeah, I know. He doesn't see it as them just going like, look, if you want to give us positive press all the time, we'll pay for that. What is it, $1,000 or whatever it is? Sure.
Yeah, it can't be more than like 1,000 or 2,000 at most, right? Like,
that's what he says. When he starts his own radio, he says he's paying $1,000 every.
No, I'm talking about the audience size.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it might be
it's a regional show,
50,000 people. I mean, it's what?
It's a regional show.
Right? I mean, no, not even regional. It's only on one station.
Oh my god!
It's literally only the New York market.
I thought he bought a couple hours somewhere else too. Like he got it down to Philadelphia or something like that.
Did he say that?
I think so. That he reached out and he got a hold of some station.
It's a fucking Sunday night. I think it was on at night, just once a week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, no one's got anything going on Sunday nights, so that's the perfect time for a radio show.
And then he realizes, so what? Is he just a pawn in Planamenta's game?
Yes.
What was my alternative? He asked.
It reminds me of him saying that Blazing Saddles. And he's like, is Mongo just pawn in Game of Life? That's Russo.
Yeah.
Getting pawned in somebody's wrestling political propaganda game, like that's just...
Is Steve Planamenta just using me? What was that conversation with DeVito? This radio guy, I think it covers like the tri-state area, maybe. He's calling about Mushnick. Everybody knows how much Vince hates Mushnick. All right, let's hear him out. Sure. Vince wants to know what his alternative is, which the answer is not do it, not do any of this. But he acts like his hands are tied. If I want to be in the wrestling, I've got to do this. So he's got to call the station. What he's got to do now is what he's been told is you got to call the station and say, look, I'll do the show. WWF will pay for the show. Just Arezzi has to be out. He calls the station, and Arezzi's already called them, as according to Vince. And he had weaved his web of innocence, making me out to look like the bad guy. And Vince says that John
Does the
Arezzi...
station even want to deal with this? You know what I mean?
For their
This isn't
2
the
hours,
morning guy.
Sunday show.
Yeah, they could put fucking public broadcasting on for that. PSAs, local stuff.
Maybe Resi just
Someday
really
you should just like donate that time to like fucking some Bush League college basketball program or something.
Russo says that John Resi was very good at working people. That's what he chalks it up to. He completely suckered the station manager, which just made me think of all the times that Vince Russo's talked about how so-and-so, it's politics, this person was well-liked, nobody liked me, or everybody thought I was an asshole. He's one of the more, I know he has his friends and stuff in the business, but he seems like, at least according to him, one of the more unlikable, or something just rubs people the wrong way. I
can't imagine what it is.
Is it because he's a guy saying that he's being sincere and you don't ever believe him? Is it that kind of quality about him where you're just like, I don't trust you, I don't believe you?
Yeah, that's definitely up there. Let's see. His humor, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to hear a grown man say panties. Like, that's fucking weird. Could you imagine if you're just hanging out with a guy and he says panties?
Oof.
I haven't had hey nani in years, bro.
Like, you know what? I can take it or leave it. That's the other thing. Like, he can take it or leave it. Come on.
He definitely at least, I say at least because it doesn't get any better in the second book. He's literally devotes a whole chapter to his wife leaving the state, going back to Indiana. But in this one, he writes it as if a relationship or marriage is just like, it's just him, like it's a singular entity. She has no real needs or wants. He's providing. What else does she want? It's cool. He goes back to after Saved Vince to talk about this. And he just goes, wow, I can't believe I got a couple opportunities to work in the WWF. I just noted that he said it was saran wrap clear that God himself had planned this for me. Just underlined that one because Vince isn't going to do crystal clear. He's going to saran wrap.
At least he capitalized it. It is a brand name.
It is a brand name. So he says, now he's back to not saved Vince, and he says, man, at my age, and when he wrote this, he was 41, I'm starting to feel like that grumpy old man Dana Carvey used to portray on Saturday Night Live.
All right. Glasses off for this one.
About?
Yeah, I do, but keep going. That's stupid for him to reference.
Yeah, I do. What? I know what he's talking about.
At 41, he feels like an old man sitting on a
But hang on, that's not even like a well-known, you know what I mean?
It was at the time.
Okay.
In case anybody doesn't know, Dana Carvey would do a bit where he'd sit on the porch and go, essentially it was like, back in my day, insert insane
claim.
We had wood shoes and we'd have to do that. We'd have to cut down the tree to make it. That's the way it was and we liked it. That was the big catchphrase.
That's right.
So a man that's just entered middle age, really connecting with the guy making insane old man claims. So now, Larry's glasses off. This comes up because he's stopped his Steve Planamenta radio story with John Arezzi to say that I was watching the Academy Awards last night.
This is why this isn't even a book. Put this on your blog.
They put the little 3 asterisks in to be like, hold on, we're deviating. This is a new thing. So he's watching the Academy Awards. Which one was it? I can't remember if I wrote it down or not. It's the one where Denzel Washington won, Halle Berry won. They honored Sidney Poitier. So Vince says somebody's got to drag italics Halle Berry out on the carpet for the fucking speech she gave last night. Or maybe it's bullshit. He does the asterisk, maybe bullshit speech.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does everybody have to play that race card?
Oh my god.
Her bumbling babble was utter nonsense. And then he rants about how does she think, or do black people think that for 74 years the Academy made the conscious decision to suppress black women from winning, the Oscar?
Yeah.
Of course, he has to call it a little gold statue with a bald head, which is
It's a
so
piece of
stupid.
tin.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yes.
Buddy Rogers doesn't mean shit.
Yeah. And then he wants to know, name the African American actresses that were overlooked because of the color of their skin. Are you kidding me?
They
Those
weren't
black
used
shit.
in pictures. That's the point, Vince.
I know. Yes, this is all foreshadowing. And now I'm a racist. His future chapter devoted to this kind of stuff.
Weren't we just asking why people don't like Vince?
Reverse racism.
He does. He also does the wishy-washy thing where if an African American was in the room, he'd be like, and you know me, I'm a friend to every, he'd just go on, and then he'd go, but on the other hand, he goes back and forth. If he does it to Shawn Michaels here, Shawn has all these problems, but he can understand why, but also it bothered him, but also Shawn was nice to him, so it's okay. It's when you're around somebody like that.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've known some good ones. Come here.
Well, he's going to say that in a second. He's going to say that. Denzel didn't say anything.
Which is, I watched that one. That's not true. He even pointed to Sidney Poitier. He was like, "Thank you for paving the way," and he pointed him in the balcony.
I don't like it when the uppity,
Yes.
basically.
He says yes, race issues because of people like her.
My boyhood hero, Willie Mays.
Then he shows that he has no concept of how the Academy Awards work, because he says, even if you are fucking Oompa Loompa, you're going to bag it. He spells Oompa Loompa wrong. Oompa is with 2 O's.
Yes.
He spells it Oompa Loompa.
Oh
Not
man, who
Oompa
was
Loompa.
that? He must have loved. What was that larger, heavier set woman of color who was
Precious?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You think he was like, point proven. She didn't even deserve it. Because he says here, so if you're good, you could be an Oompa Loompa. You're going. If you're good, you're going to win it. And it's like, that's not. The Academy's always playing catch up. They'll fuck up a year because they'll give it to some old ass. So then the next year they got to give it to the other person they're supposed to give it to, which then knocks that person next.
Ironically, it's all politics.
Yes. It's never. You look at it and you're like, well, that guy probably shouldn't have won. Did Robert Benigni really deserve to win for Life is Beautiful? I ask you.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
So then he points out that Whoopi won it 10 years ago for Ghost. Oh, I guess that doesn't count. It's the best supporting actress. Give me a break.
Man,
It's
I
just
could
like,
say something controversial.
that she didn't deserve it.
No, about Whoopi winning it and what that means in terms of representation.
Well, it's been a while since-
You saying she won because of her last name?
I didn't say
You think the voters got confused? Let's see. I want to see who was nominated that year.
Would that be 02?
No, when Whoopi Goldberg won Best Supporting. That was
okay.
the 63rd Oscar. Oh, there it is. Best. Let's just see if we have anybody here. Okay, here are the nominees.
Oh,
Diane Ladd, Wild at Heart. Mary McDonnell, Dances with Wolves.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Annette
I've never
Bening,
seen it.
The
man, Wild at
Grifters.
Heart was nominated. Wow, good for them.
Lorraine Bracco, Goodfellas.
Oh,
Ugh.
okay, come on.
Yeah.
You think she should have won?
Yes.
What? Huh. Not Whoopi, huh? Okay. Yeah, who was Halle? Okay, Halle Berry, Best Actress. Okay, which one was this one? It was the 74th. He was right about 10 years ago. And I did just get to 74th.
It's an interesting year, this 91 ones. You got Dancing with Wolves, and then you got Awakenings. You like Awakenings?
Is that Robert De Niro and
Yeah, based on the work of Oliver Sacks.
I think there's a couple good scenes in that movie.
Yeah. Godfather Part 3 was nominated, and then Goodfellas.
Godfather Part 3. What are we doing?
I know.
Best Actress. Here we go. Judi Dench, Iris. Nicole Kidman, Moulin Rouge. Sissy Spacek, In the Bedroom. Renee Zellweger, Bridget Jones's Diary.
Ugh.
I mean, yes, Halle Berry deserved to win. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman was probably close there. You could give it to her, but I think the Academy probably was thinking, hey, we're honoring Sidney Poitier. And she really went out. Halle Berry went all out for that role. And Nicole Kidman will probably catch her again. And they did with, what was it?
Chicago?
Little People? No, Nicole
okay.
Kidman would have been like, was it Little People? That one, I mean, am I getting it correct? Where she played the author. Gosh darn it. No, The Hours, The Little People. The Hours. The Hours, where she plays Virginia Woolf.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Now I'm just reading about Virginia Woolf. Okay.
Another reason to do Virginia Woolf.
Who's afraid of and to do Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
He's never going to go see another Halle Berry movie unless she decides to take her shirt off again.
I know that I wrote Jesus Christ. It's that thing again where he's like, I'm not sexual, but also tits. Fellas, am I right?
It's because he's got the Catholic guilt. That's the only thing holding him back from being a full-on just gooner.
Unmitigated pervert.
Yeah. He's afraid of the
repent.
actual act of sex because he so believes in this, God. But he wants it so bad.
He's rolled over and gone, Amy, don't you just feel dirty after this? Don't you feel like all your dead relatives?
We're not even trying to procreate. It's a sin.
Grandpa John's in the corner watching me, telling me I'm not doing it right. Yeah, by the way, how many times has a white player won the MVP in the NBA? Gotcha, Gus. Larry Vince has gotcha.
Okay.
That's a skill issue.
You know what's really weird? I mean, not weird, but is dramatic irony. Russo is what Phil Mushnick is now. These are Phil Mushnick's ideas. If you read his column, this is what it is. It's like moralizing, you know what I mean? There's too much violence in movies and get over it sort of stuff. Same exact ideas.
I think I'd fall out of my chair if Phil Mushnick ended a column with, I'm not seeing another Halle Berry movie unless I see those tits.
Well, that's true, but...
So Vince Russo loved Swordfish.
I don't know that one.
That's the movie that everybody went got where she just all of a sudden pops her top. She's just having a scene with Hugh Jackman. She's in it.
Well, but Monsters Ball is the sex scene with Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Yeah, that's after Swordfish though. That's
okay.
Swordfish.
But that's okay. That scene is. I will equate it with the scene in the beginning of Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, where it's Marissa Tomei and Philip Seymour Hoffman, where it's like, wow, you're seeing a woman you've been dreaming of seeing. But you got this fucking guy that is just so repugnant that it ruins the entire thing.
Well, Billy Bob Thornton and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No.
Larry's sitting in the theater going, "Give me a stud in there. Let's go."
Come on, it's off-putting.
So he apologized.
Bring back Mr. Skin. Sorry.
Did you bring back Mr. Skin?
Yes.
I don't think he left.
Maybe the 10th
still around.
Yeah.
I feel like I used that like recently with
He's just less needed with the the internet. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but sometimes you know what I mean. Like you like to call up the old pizza place on the phone.
Sure. I get you.
Colin, update the wiki. How many times has Mr. Skin been brought up in this 2100?
I don't think it's been that as often as you would think it.
I think if it's more than twice.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, it's a good reference. People should know about it if they don't.
He's saved Vince again, and he apologizes for talking about Halle Berry like that. He just wants to show you that he's better now, which he never in these Forgiven things really shows how he's better. He just says that he's better. He never gives examples.
Well, but the second sentence, he's already an asshole again.
Yeah, he says he still has, quote, strong convictions about pulling the race card. And now he actually just hates award shows. Oh, cue the Seinfeld music. See, this is where it would have gone in.
This is weird. And I'm going to rebut him. Go ahead.
No, this is going to be...
Well, he says all these Hollywood superstars think they did it all themselves. It's all me, me, me. I'm like, the whole point of their speeches is them thanking everybody else.
Yeah, I wrote.
Yeah, we're not like Luke Littler up there,
Yeah. No, yeah. I made a note of that. I don't think he's actually ever watched these award shows. They thank everybody else.
Though, if we go to his Twitter, you would instantly find him live dating an award show, though. Like,
oh yeah,
probably like, do you see so and so in that dress? Hey, nani nani. And then he does more stand-up material, I guess. I don't know. What is all this? Because, this is all about all this. What is all this? I guess it refers to money. And he lists what money can get you. Are you ready for this list? It kind of shows you what a bad writer Vince is. It's all over the place. It's not escalating. It's not funny. It's just random things popping into his head. And he never goes back and looks at the list again.
It's true.
Money will get you what? Exotic trips? Bathtubs made of gold? And I was like, oh, it's going to get sillier now. Nope. 4 Hummers? 4 garages to house those Hummers? Yeah. Guest cottages for guests who will never come? Beds big enough to get lost in? That just made me think, what kind of... Does he have just like a twin? They don't get that big.
You know what? He's got a full-size bed in the basement. You guys remember that, the circa early, maybe late 80s, early 90s baseball bed set with the team logos? Y'all have one of those?
Well, I was going to say it was that single bed you posted the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing, exactly. The guy who sleeps in his office because he's on call 50 nights a year. his Super Mario Brothers very flammable bed set.
Yes. Big beds.
Let's see. What does he say?
Gowns you'll wear
gowns,
once.
Yeah, gowns you'll wear once. Again, you'd think he would know that stuff is donated or like on loan for that night or da 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 da. Nope, doesn't know. Thinks they're buying the gown and tossing it. Shoes you'll never wear. Caps so your teeth will glow, and tucks so there'll be no tummy. And then he assumes you think he's jealous. Well, he's not. He has all that and more. God is running his life.
Okay.
Man, money's so overrated, you guys. He follows up with... and he wants, if you will take anything from this book, it's that you should not pursue money. That's it. This is a guy that also was quoting Napoleon Hill.
He says, God promised us he will provide food, shelter, and clothing to us if we believe in him.
Yep. Yeah.
Has he tried? I won't get up my soapbox. So. That's very stupid.
I just wrote that Vince is doing a thing that a lot of, I'll say, it tends to be Republicans, but where they have a lot of imagined grievances and imagined enemies, and Vince has all these. What is he tilting at windmills?
Stealing the COVID money. That was a big one when I was back home.
Oh boy, stealing the COVID money.
Hey, you see Teddy's facing his verdict, Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh, yeah?
Is he?
I think this week, yeah.
Oh, I bet that's on that black box thing I've got. That thing's got, like, feeds to everything.
Mm.
I should see if there's, like, a court TV feed for the...
You'll get, like, a camera feed of his jail cell.
Yeah.
Let's see. January trial set for DiBiase Jr. in Mississippi welfare fraud case.
Nice.
Wouldn't it be funny if he the judge, they're guilty, and then he did his dad's laugh, right to the judge. money. Take him away.
Yeah, the shame is the two boys funneled the money, but they funneled it to Ted's charity.
Correct.
So I don't know why Ted isn't in trouble.
Because Ted's got deep pockets.
Sure.
They're begging with that's why they had to do it. Ted kept living like Vince McMahon, even though he wasn't being given money anymore. And they're like, Dad, please stop. We're having to funnel money from welfare programs just to keep up with your lifestyle. Dad.
There was was it West Palm Beach? Was that where the residence was?
One of them was, yeah. One was no, where was it? Hyannisport.
Did Epstein have property in any of these places?
Did who?
Epstein.
Oh.
There's $1 Million Man on the Epstein list.
I was gonna say, is Ted in the files?
Shit.
Has anyone done a Control F for anybody wrestling related yet, or is anybody like just whatever?
Control F, Carrie Bollea.
Money.
Yeah.
Jeff Epstein seems like somebody that would consider wrestling beneath him.
And Vince is a Republican. He wouldn't. Epstein's a dirty liberal.
Vince McMahon.
Vince loves women.
No. Vince McMahon sitting at a dinner table with like Woody Allen on his left.
You guys are quite frankly fucking weird.
Yeah, Woody Allen. Who's the other guy? Dershowitz is sitting on his right. He's like, what are the fucking who are these fucking people?
He's texting Trump about something like Dershowitz says, like, what in the blue hell was that?
It's Steve, Alan Dershowitz, and Vince and Epstein.
Woody Allen. I like seeing him and his wife, Suni. Maybe Bill Gates rolls in. Vince has no clue who Bill Gates is. None. Zero.
Didn't I put you with the bushwhackers? How you been, pal?
Let's see. re-enter
is
Vicious
this?
Vincent. Let's see. Okay. Vince says usually he had a game plan, a well thought out game plan, but not this time.
Well, because he doesn't have a job now, right?
Yeah, the studio didn't bite on the.
Right.
Yeah, that's how that chapter ends.
Yeah.
The
He's
radio
back at
station
square one
says-
in terms of
yeah.
he has no radio show and the video store is closed.
It ends with him bitching about race for some reason, kicked off by Halle Berry winning. And it's also I hate to go. Generally, the sentiment always is if someone sees me win that looks like me, they think that maybe they could do that too someday, and that's a good thing. That's generally the sentiment, and thanking people before them. And even that on just a base level, Vince is like, ugh. Ugh. More. So he wants to bring back Vicious Vincent, and he says right then, here we go, Larry, class is on or off for this.
I know.
Vicious Vincent is going to become the Howard Stern of professional wrestling. We're getting a little key into Vince Russo's brain and how it operates and how he saw himself and how he and now what he does every day with his life.
So I did the glasses up to the forehead, rub the eyes, look down.
You gotta give props to Howard Stern, he says. You gotta hand it to Howard Stern.
No, I like that he says, I've got to stop everything.
Yeah.
To give props.
Let's take a moment from the book, from the tale of me, just to give Howard Stern credit.
Oh, because I've got the black box. I've got an NXT live feed now.
Ooh.
Oh shit. You and like into the performance center like Paul?
I don't know.
Is there any abuse going on?
Are you seeing
Oh, the picture quality is really high definition. I think it's the broadcast feed or something, but
It's not Bill DeMott shoving a donut into Kenny Omega's ass.
somebody just landed high on their shoulders and William Regal's weeping quietly, head in his hands.
man, I it's been said before, but the people who show up to this and like, you know what I mean, the regulars, like, this shouldn't be allowed, man.
The NXT regulars are something else. If that's the wrestling that you like, that you're into, I don't even,
But
I don't.
like, it was like it had some character to it. Oh, we've got Moose from TNA.
Oh boy. Ooh, he's a Chase and Rance defender.
Yeah, isn't he? He's got some sketchiness to him.
Yeah. I passed him by at a toy convention last year, and nobody was in his line.
So he was not turning heads.
No.
NXT is everything like the pro wrestling the WWE really, really wants, which is like it's really stripped down of anything real. It's overproduced. Everyone is reading their lines. The matches don't really matter. It doesn't matter if somebody like preemptively kicks at, like, it's all just
You should see this crowd doing like this little Moose chant and like arm action thing. It's like,
Oh boy.
just what I mean. I don't even know, like, I guess God love them, the people that are like, oh, I just love all wrestling, even wrestling like that, which I wouldn't even call that wrestling. But then what do you do? I can't imagine watching, like, just throwing it out because of recency, Fletcher and Mox, and then going to NXT and be like, yeah, this is the same thing. I like it. It's all the same. I like it. I just like this. Like, there's a disconnect for me. I can't watch one thing and be like, this is what it should be, and then go watch another thing. That's not that.
so we've got Ethan Page going up against Moose, which sounds like a TNA program from like 5 years ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then Ethan Page has got a Canadian branded championship.
People were calling for Ethan Page to be the man under the hood.
Stop.
He's
Just
right on
consider that. I mean, listen,
old-
maybe it would have
how
been better than fucking Austin Theory, who
Oh, yeah.
You think we're gonna push a button on that soon? Or are we gonna
Austin
push
Theory?
past it?
I didn't even think Austin Theory. Vince must have the book back again because Austin Theory wasn't even a Paul guy.
No,
he famously buried him as soon as he got him.
yeah.
He would have traded him for a bag of. He would have sent him down to AAA if that was an option when he had it.
He's just not good though.
But he'd already sent Grayson Waller there, so then it's
See, you know what though? I'm a fucking idiot, and I bet AEW could make Austin Theory. They would give him a C2 run, and you'd be like, I get it now.
I think Tony's got a better track record at building new guys.
He's just very wrestling school. Like he's very polished.
Yes.
Like Jim Cornette trained him. So he's got the basics, but that's what you're getting. A lot of headlocks.
Who's bigger?
I want a
Theory
headlock guy. We need a headlock guy in AEW.
Is
Rest
Fletcher,
holds,
like bigger?
Sure, but he also just is fucking. He's just.
Would you take Austin
No
Theory?
charisma.
Or, would you rather have Mike Bailey or Austin Theory?
Oh my god! I think I'd rather have Mike Bailey.
I'm
He's at
saying
least
Mike
different.
Bailey.
Wow.
Theory's just so bland. He's just. Ugh.
Someone answer me. Is
There's
Fletcher
nothing
bigger
in it.
than Austin Theory? How big's Austin Theory, size-wise?
Theory's pretty. I bet he's 6'1", 6'2".
I feel like Fletcher's like, what, 6'4"? Or is he 6'1", just flat?
He's probably 5'11"
yeah.
in a W.
Yeah, you gotta. That's you gotta
No,
consider
Adam
who's
Cole is
around.
5'11". Hold on. Adam Cole is
Okay.
Adam
5'11".
Cole's 5'8". Adam Cole is 5'8".
Yes.
No, Adam Cole's 5'8" at best.
And MJF is shorter than
Kyle's
Adam
listed
Cole.
at 6'3", so I'll call him 6'1" as well.
Okay. No disrespect, Mr. Fletcher.
I love that MJF called out Darby for his platform shoes. And having walked past MJF on the street, I don't know if he should be.
Maybe they're gonna do a Darby MJF. And they finally
They
make
could.
Darby the Duke.
I'm dreading Adam Cole getting trotted out for heat. I would rather just never have them on TV together ever again.
But what if they pile drive Adam Cole on the concrete floor?
That's fine. Okay, I like that. Now you're talking me into it.
Yeah, you just have to think like Bill Watts. And then it's money.
They should do a thing where I'm just high on Kyle Fletcher now, so I'm just like, any way I can get Kyle Fletcher into the main event scene.
Oh,
I
I
was
told
gonna
you
say,
if they could have made him the biggest babyface in one night.
He'll be all right, right?
I know
Or
he
you-
will be, but
Let him come
it's-
around on him. Yeah.
Well, it's funny is
He's
because
the
now
Caleb Williams of professional wrestling.
I thought didn't they unify the
Wait, I'm sorry. The what?
I'm not
No, I didn't hear you.
I said,
Yeah, repeat.
I said he's the Caleb Williams of professional wrestling.
Okay. I wanted to appreciate it. Okay. That might not be that far off.
did they unify
Listen, and
the
it was rough when he had just joined and he was still trying to figure out a pose, and it was all very.
Remember,
It was
Yeah,
rough
so
for a couple months.
New Japan and Ghetto, that would have been Matt Eberflus.
are we still talking about Fletcher?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was Aussie Open. I was in then. I was buying Fletcher stock.
Yo, I thought Mark Davis at that time, I was like, that's the guy I want.
I like Mark Davis even now, and people shit on him. Give the guy a break.
He's a guy that'd be great on Rampager if they had a TV title.
Yes.
I mean, I guess they probably do, but their whole hierarchy of belts is another.
Did they or did they not unify the international and the continental title?
They did not. Mox won the
didn't.
Continental. They specifically.
Well, I know, but then what was the unified title thing?
It was a representation of the Continental and International. It was a symbol. They actually did a promo with Don Callis explaining it.
Stop.
Yeah,
So now they're separate again?
Yes, now Okada still has a title.
but so there is no longer a unified title. That's gone.
But there's a
Now we
national
do have-
title too now.
Yeah, now we
Correct.
have two. Now we do have too many. Usually I'm like, look.
And the
there's fine.
TNT title.
There's plenty
Correct.
of I understand. But now there is too many titles.
Who's the ROH champion?
The world?
Is it Bandito?
Oh yeah, Bandito.
Oh. I thought it was Mark Briscoe.
I
or
could be
something.
wrong about that, but it was.
No, I
Mark
think you're
Briscoe
right.
the TNT?
Because he just had a great
Briscoe.
match on ROH, didn't he, against
Where's-
somebody?
NXT always got great matches.
I think it was
Where's Briscoe?
Briscoe? What do you mean?
He's a TNT champion, correct? How many TNT
Briscoe.
championship, defenses have we had on pay-per-view? And we can't get a Mark Briscoe now. He has the title, and we can't get him
He
on.
was in that party
The
match.
mixed nuts. He was in the mixed nuts match. You
conglomerate,
guys getting the rub with Tony Storm. That's Shad Khan's favorite. Him and Orange Cassidy.
As I was saying, Tony Khan has a better track record of building people up than Paul, I think. Who's Paul made? Who's a big star because of Paul? Don't say Dom, because that's not his. That's Vince.
Braun Breaker.
I mean, is that where we're going? Is it Braun Breaker? I mean,
If we
let's
get there,
see.
he'd be the first.
You think they're going to let him get there, though?
I'm just still skeptical. I don't think he's. I don't know. He's still like a 41 in the charisma scale.
You make him in one night, but they won't do it. But you make him by just doing the "give me a fucking mic," and that's
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or
And that-
I would take a squash. Take a main event squash, and I'll buy him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a 3-minute match.
guys, I thought we were talking about Bronson Reed for the last 20 seconds, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? You're never going to be able to make Bronson Reed in one night. And then when you said, give me the fucking mic, I was like, oh, Braun Breaker. Right. Yes, him. Or is that a Paul Heyman thing? There's no way, right? Paul's not involved with that.
I don't know. All right, get back to Howard.
Okay. So picture this. Vince Russo's 22. He's greatly inspired by Howard Stern. He's listening to him all the time. This guy just doesn't give a fuck. He says what he wants, even if it means getting fired. His movie, Private Parts, should be an inspiration to us all. Like, it's a good movie, but take it easy. Holy shit. He is one of the
Right.
mutants that...
Yeah, you know what I realized in this paragraph, because he says a few other things.
Yeah.
He's a mark for Howard. Like he
Yeah.
believes in like the lore that isn't really
Mhm.
true.
Yes. This is also... I think we made this joke, and now it's actually here. My wife despises me for allowing my kids to watch Howard Stern on the E! channel, but I don't give a shit.
They're playing anal ring toss. Come here, Annie.
Trying to explain to Will. You see, his name is... what was that little guy's name?
Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
I worked with them in WCW.
Look, I can call him up right now. BJ, Vinny.
Now, forgiven Vince, save Vince says, I can see that Howard Stern was my idol, looking back. And that...
No. That's not what he says. He says I was much like.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right. That's why I wrote no. Yeah, him and Howard are a lot alike. That's what he wrote. And that they were doing the right thing. Whatever that means to Vince Russo, I don't know. And they paid
No,
for it.
he says neither one of us were doing the right thing.
See, that's what happens when a page is broken up. A sentence is broken up right in the middle, and I only underline half of it. Okay, they were doing the wrong thing. And they knew they were doing the wrong thing, and they paid for it. In Vince's case, he almost lost his sanity. He was depressed. Is he referring to quitting WWF or like working for W? Or is he referring to WCW now at this point? I don't know. No, he's speaking in generalities. And you know what Howard lost? His family. Howard Stern had finally given in to his demons.
How do you
Pitfalls
know?
of radio and temptation. Divorcing Allison, his loyal better half and mother of his 3 children. I wrote, Private Parts is ruined. How could you, Howard?
What a weirdo.
Does he know
Yeah, tell him what Howard needs. This is very interesting. What's his conclusion?
Christ.
Yeah.
He needs Christ. Howard.
Accept the fact that your savior was murdered.
Yeah. For Christ, Howard, please.
Listen, that Whoopi Oscar.
So, Russo's going to start Vicious Vincent's World of Wrestling variety radio show. Can we get a copy of this? Is it out there? And it is. This is just part of his quest, he says, to work with the WWF, to work with Vince McMahon. Not for Vince McMahon, side by side. Not for. Not under. Because he very much is on the credit thing, too. He helped build the Attitude Era with Vince, not just Vince.
2026, we should start doing like FOIA requests. I want to know if there's like government like records or recordings of like these Russo radio shows for some reason.
I'm gonna try.
We've got Vince McMahon talking on Signal, so you know that's a concern that's being addressed.
You mean, how does it go? Langis?
Yeah. What in the blue hell is Langus?
LOL.
Russo was on WGBB out of West Babylon.
You can buy on Pro Wrestling Tees a Vicious Vincent's World of Wrestling t-shirt. And it's got little cartoons of
him and Matt Rat.
Yeah, that's fun.
Vince Russo's going to pay $1,000 a week for a 2-hour block on Friday nights.
Oh my god, he's paying?
He's currently, yes, and he still has the video store. One has closed down. I think he's down to just the one.
Okay.
So Amy thinks I'm
around
nuts.
a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of caught that when he starts getting into the WWF magazine. I'm like, things are simultaneously happening quickly and over a couple of years.
Yeah.
So Amy's upset with him again. They can't pay their own bills, but now he's going to pay $1,000 a week to be on the radio and do a wrestling show.
This is after how much money did he get from his mom to do the?
They mortgaged their house.
Yeah,
and
they're not paying bills.
I think his dad blew out his retirement fund or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm betting he told Amy. You think he told Amy, if I do good, WWF will pay for it. I promise. I know it. They already tried to pay for the John show.
They said they'd be good for it.
Amy just doesn't understand. But now he says he needs a Robin Quivers.
Oh no.
So then he gets Jim Monsees, who you'll remember was also working at the video store. Don't take away from your employee pool. Vince. So now he says Jim Monsees is still in the WWF prison, so he still at this time worked in some capacity with the WWF. I put him there myself. But he's a good friend. He brings up Jeff Iorio, who his next book is dedicated to. It's the same, he just wants to talk about friends for a couple paragraphs and how just they're loyal. It's about what they can do for you, not what about you can do for them, which says a lot about Vince. That's if you want to be a good friend. And Vince never questions, why am I not wondering that? It's just who amongst him in his circle is offering help. So what is Jim's job on the show? It's to be a grown man wearing sunglasses, a top hat, and to talk like Minnie Mouse and call himself the Matt Rat. Do you think he means Mickey, or does he really mean Minnie? Like, that's how high that falsetto is.
I don't know.
Jimby's job was to act like a complete fool and be the brunt of every joke I hurled his way. Fun.
Do you think he asked for this, like, or he's just like afraid for his? You know what I mean? Like that seems. I question the relationship based on the employment.
Imagine you're in Vince Russo's friend group and you're a stooge to him. What are you on? What's your life like? Vince Russo's lording over you?
Okay, this is interesting. I was looking for the bar mitzvah story because that's going to be around this time.
Yeah.
Matt Rat's a part of it. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So it says Brian, whose bar mitzvah was, describes Russo wearing a cowboy hat, black leather jacket, and gloves, all with flames sewn onto them. And there's a picture. Matt Rat's attire consisting of Zubaz pants, a shirt and a tie, and a do-rag. And then Vito's attire was a black stormtrooper Nazi outfit.
Okay.
Just doing anything for a fucking buck, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing?
Why is Vincent wearing? Yeah, he's wearing
splitting
a
it three ways.
They all go and have a pizza together too. So you're like, you know what I mean? How much are you really making?
Yeah.
Is Vince somebody that calls a pizza shop and says, "Don't be chintzy with the toppings"? Last time you were chintzy with the toppings. Is he keeping an eye on that?
Yeah.
Matt Rat made the show. He just wants to. I know he's saying that this guy was the loser of the show, the bumbling sidekick oaf, but he really did make the show what it was, and the kids loved him and the girls adored him, just like real life. I've heard women. The women and guys wanted to be, but kids love you and women adore you. That seems like a weird groove to set up. And he's just like that his whole life. Kids running up to him, just Jim Monsi's on the street. You're cool. Also, you better believe Vito was there. Vito LaGrasso. He was in the show. He was part of it. This is keeping that relationship going. They would do live shows from an indoor batting cage called Whitey Ford's.
The one, Whitey Ford?
The Whitey Ford's batting cage. That's what the batting cage was called. Whitey Ford's.
This is a black day for baseball.
Call them Whitey Whackers.
Sorry.
You guys ever watch The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quoting it with you.
Being an asshole.
And then he brings up, yes, we even once got paid to be at a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Paid
to go away.
Then he writes, we had the show syndicated. We had the show syndicated ourselves, which I guess that means he just keeps paying for more time elsewhere.
Yeah.
He's not like a station grabbing him and going, we're going to syndicate your show.
I mean, I guess. Do you think he was a good enough salesman to get his own sponsors to offset that cost?
We'll get into that. He claims he's the best salesman of all time.
He's asking his dad to buy airtime through the video store.
We're losing money anyways. We're going to dump it all. We're going to be declared bankruptcy. It doesn't matter. Let's get something out of it. So he's in 7 different markets around the country.
I suppose you could. Hang on. You could use, if you had any credit that the video store had as a business.
Yeah.
Pump it into the advertising of your show.
Yeah.
So you're way in the red, but you're going to go bankrupt on that business anyway. And you've gotten the money out and you've taken all that money and it's clear now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
let's do it.
He says he was broke. And then he says the video store was dead. And he just would like to say that to this day, his dad will never set foot in a Blockbuster. I don't know, if I was his dad, I would never set foot in Vince's house. Vince is the problem. Why?
Well, the
not
problem is he
Blockbuster.
can't set foot in his own house because he mortgaged it.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, boom.
Got him. I wish I could remember his dad's name. Gus got him. Poor guy. I'm assuming he's rest in
I was gonna say, yeah.
peace.
Rest in peace, Mr. Russo. Man, so that makes Vince. Fuck Vince. We got a lot of these moments, but like he talks about his dad basically being like a cock, and like
Yes.
that basically like propped him up through his failures for like
30
how
years.
many years?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of his good memories are with his dad, but then yes, in any minute he can take a shot at his dad for being a schlub. It continues into the second book where he brings up the softball playing again, and that's the book where he gets into his dad giving him a job so he had something to do when his school didn't work out, and Vince hating it and not working and like gaming the clock and doing all that stuff, which is, I don't know, not nice to do. Hey, by the way, Vince Russo, quote him, corporate America is heartless, plain and simple.
Yeah, okay.
You want to take a break or keep going?
Yeah, let's take a break.
This is chapter 22, Russo. You want the 3 or the 5? Now, what does he mean by that? Well, he starts the chapter by saying, whoops, hey, by the way, I never mentioned this. I had another kid, BJ. And then he has another little into Vince's mind, or how he kind of engages with things. He says VJ entered the world in distress because his wife had needed 2 shots of Demerol to spit him out, but he's fine now, just a little wet.
Was he a 9/11 baby?
I don't think so.
What
He was
what
born-
does that mean?
1990.
There's a surge of babies after 9/11.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay, yeah, but no, this is 90. This isn't
Oh,
concurrent
This is
with
probably
the book.
1990. Yeah,
He's not
um,
recent Vince.
we had another kid along the way. He's
So he's
working
a whitewater baby.
yeah.
How come no one
They're
ever
gonna-
talks about that anymore?
They're gonna jail Hillary, that Clinton crime family. If they should jail the Clintons, it's for all those people they killed with HIV and hepatitis.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, didn't Vince Foster, wasn't he killed or have someone killed?
Well, that's what Norm Macdonald would have you believe on The View.
Yeah, he
Oh
was.
man, things I am watching tonight.
Yeah. Norm Macdonald, Clintons, The View. They killed a guy. You didn't know that?
So did Laura Bush.
No.
Also,
But don't give me the Bush family.
Yeah, but so did what was Kennedy? Ted Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy
I
also
mean-
killed a woman. Yes.
And what about Ted Kennedy, huh?
And I'll say I'll tag Michelle Obama with it. The Obamas, all those drones, all those weddings and
Ooh,
family functions.
Did you see the Obama's Christmas picture though?
Ooh, I did. She was. That was a scandalous dress she was wearing.
That wasn't scandalous. That was Merry Christmas. That's man, they're so
Lord.
cool.
Gus is rocking out to Obama's playlist, his annual.
Oh, maybe that's what I'll do for my pick next. I'm gonna pick something off Obama's Book of the Year list.
Yeah, has he appeared on WWE television? That's how we get there.
Yeah, he cut
Okay.
a promo. Remember? In
Okay,
2008.
I guess I couldn't remember which president candidate. I know one definitely has
It
been all
was-
over WWE TV.
It was Obama, Hillary, and McCain.
God,
And
why
they
It
also
would have
had
been probably Gewurz if we would have touched on it, if anybody.
Why did I just realize now that we can do Art of the Deal? It just really clicked in where I was like, holy shit, Donald Trump has been on a lot.
I mean, I guess that opens up any book tangentially to that.
I mean, yeah, I think Bob Barker's got a book. You can do any guest host, really. Does that count? I mean, that's for when we've absolutely. I mean, there's so many.
Oh,
books.
we could do Jared.
Oh no!
Huh?
What did you write a book? I did it, or what?
It might be a book about him.
What was his book? Man, watching. Have you seen that documentary on that guy? Ooh, ugh. Yeah.
Jared, the subway guy. I did it.
Yeah.
That's a Norm Macdonald joke.
It's crazy how many people knew in his circle that were like, that's his thing. Don't leave your kids around him. That's gross. That's like, I don't know. I guess that's everything. All those kind of, but it's Subway. It's like, what are we doing? It's Subway. Somebody raise the alarm.
But we're selling so many subs.
I know what's going on.
We've got shareholders.
What is Jared go? He's getting people jobs. Like, what's happening?
Technically, yeah. I mean, think about it.
Yes.
You increase the business if that's dark,
Lord.
but that's the truth.
Mhm.
Subway sold
Horrible.
children for some.
I guess for profit, capitalism. You know, you guys. I'm always saying it's bad.
Yeah, but communism's never truly been tried.
That's right, Larry. Nodding. Larry loves it. I agree. Russo's working at PC Richards and Sons. That's right. You all know it. the appliance giant of Long Island. He's just a salesman there. He's working part-time. What Vince would ask, was I proud? No, I was embarrassed.
You should take pride in that. You're doing what you're supposed to keep your
Just-
family afloat.
And why he's working part-time is he's still, at this point, even though he said the store is dead, he's still working at the video store also. So he's doing this video store, and he's doing this, and then on Fridays, he's doing the radio show. He says that the job was beneath him. Very much so. So far beneath him. And that he would, mentally, he felt like he was crawling on all fours just to get through the door. What happened to the blue collar, Vince? Does he not consider retail blue collar? You know what I mean?
I know.
I mean, it depends what you're doing in retail.
Yeah.
There's definitely a hierarchy when in my retail, like the back room guys are considered above the floor guys. The overnight back room guys are considered the baddest bitches of the bunch.
But yeah, he fetishizes blue collar work, and that the minute he ever sniffs regular work, he's like, "Not for me." But God, I gotta give it to these guys.
That's. I think I said something to that effect. It might have been to Mike Johnson of the PW Insider. He was moralizing about the bum taking, right? That was the hot topic this week, and I said, "These are carnies who are paid. They have chosen to do this rather than work a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah,
So there's no reason to feel bad." That's the exchange.
Yeah. What?
You die an early death, crippled, but you didn't have to work a normal job, rather, and you got a pop.
It's worse than Mike Johnson's hand wringing about it, or when Dave clutches his pearls about it.
No, but
It's
Johnson is an ECW guy,
I know,
isn't he?
I know,
So he should really fucking look in the mirror.
Yeah, all that stuff. And Dave, I don't want to get into Regal stuff. I wasn't irked, but it was like Dave. What irked me is Dave going, "No, Regal's just being honest and just jumping in on the topic." It's like this dude says "peep." He knows, like he's come on. Regal's doing what he's doing it on. He knows what he's doing.
I know, he's so revered. I'm like, isn't this guy who was drinking a gallon of GHB at a time?
What was going on with him and Dean Ambrose?
Isn't his nickname dropped on his head in like fucking like Noah in Japan?
Regal?
Yeah,
Regal's
and he says he
kid.
regrets it. Oh,
Oh,
Regal's
his
kid.
kid. Yeah, probably.
Like, I think they've been sending him on excursion. And he's like doing dumb shit like
What-
that. You know what I mean? Like working like.
Hey, Kenny Omega said not to make it about tribalism, but where was this tweet monologue from William Regal on safety when Braun Breaker was dropped on his head by a bunch of veterans, no less?
Remember Kenny deserved diverticulitis because he made a joke in a video game? Was that the thing?
Yeah, I didn't catch
Or
that
the
one.
Brock Lesnar thing?
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, what am I gonna do?
It's
Yeah.
fine, but Joe Hendry's over. He's in the ring right now. The crowd's swaying along, hands in the air with their cell phones. They got
Wait, what-
lighting.
Oh yeah, you're watching the next day. Joe Henry,
These are
future Hall of
people
Famer.
our age in much worse shape than us, but way worse shape
Man.
than us. Like, really bad shape. Why are they doing this?
Are you talking mentally, physically, both?
Certainly physically. I can't imagine mentally.
I mean, mentally, they're singing Joe Henry's songs, and you know, when I was a
What's the payoff? I might get on TV. I was on the CW.
okay,
Catch me next week on the CW.
when I was a kid, I wanted to see cool wrestlers, and if I liked a wrestler, I wanted to invest in, you know, the fan investment of seeing him move up the card, right? Am I wrong? Like, that's generally when
Yeah.
you're a kid, that's what you want to see: cool wrestlers, cool moves, and you know, a guy that maybe you like move up,
I never
get
got
wins,
really
win a title.
tied to anybody. I just like the whole show.
Yeah, you got my respect by going out there and doing cool shit, and that's why like my favorites became like, you know, those who you can't really talk about anymore because of crimes.
I was just talking about this guy.
Kevin Sullivan, you mean?
Certainly Kevin Sullivan, yes.
Uh,
No, I was talking about Dino Bravo.
Okay.
Smuggling cigarettes
yeah.
to the Montreal Mafia.
God, didn't save up that wrestling money, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You always want a little. You want a
Yeah.
little bit more. You got
He
there's
was in
always
the family.
capitalism.
Remember?
yeah.
He didn't have a choice.
But these NXT fans, they
Oh, Dark State just
You're
showed
investing
up
in-
to interrupt Joe Hendry.
you're investing in Joe Henry. You came to sing songs. You came to do the Seth Rollins. They came to do the Judas. Hey, look, AW fans are also guilty. Modern wrestling fans are,
They sang Judas for way too long.
you know,
They're gonna bring
they
it back
sing,
with Jericho. They're gonna. I guarantee you, they're
It's a
gonna.
moment. Yeah.
It's
You
going
think
to
they're gonna
cut
do
in to
Judas?
break the walls down, and then it's gonna do like, and then lights go dark. Yeah. So and then lights up.
or do they do the Y2J wah 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 wah? You know that sound of the
Yeah, the
countdown, and
countdown.
then they do Judas.
Yeah.
I think Jericho definitely made Judas part of like you. This is going to be my song. I have to. He knows now. You have to have a sing along song. That's an instant.
Listen, did you guys ever get to do Judas in an arena?
No.
I mean, I'm sure he showed up. I just didn't sing it.
Oh, never mind.
I just didn't
Yeah,
participate.
yeah, no, me either. No, it's fine.
They sing a Copeland song now. That nobody's ever sung that. Why are we singing that to
Yeah.
Copeland? And then he does the whole act, the whole routine of
The
appreciating
Hogan.
it.
Yeah, the Hogan routine.
Ugh.
Oh, no,
Copeland
no,
will be
man.
back.
I'm so,
He'll be back
yeah.
next year. He's already gone.
What a zero that guy was.
Remember when he jumped down 20 feet on his leg in a match against Aleister
I mean,
Black
yeah.
for no?
He was injury prone at 25, let alone 50.
Like his
What an
neck
idiot.
was already dust. Like, what are you doing?
Remember when he got mad at Ricky Starks?
Okay, Sometimes I watch that promo just to like, man, that was.
What did Riggy Stark say that pissed him off? Don't look at me like that with your bug eyes or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Okay, dollar store Dwayne.
Bryan Danielson has such a shit-eating grin on his face watching the two.
Tavion Heights has like weird, like Taylor Swift hooker tight singlet.
I like this. I think I should keep going. But every Gus drops in just a commentary on what's currently happening on NXT tonight.
Oh, sorry. I could stop.
No.
if you're
I
telling me
like
what to
it.
do.
I don't even know who you're talking about, but I'm trying to figure out what they look like with the two. What does that mean? Who is
Did
that?
you say like Taylor Swift in their tour? She had you remember Zack Ryder had those weird tights that like
One leg.
yes.
Oh, is she doing that?
He had a bodysuit like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It wasn't. You would think it would be sexy, but I don't know. Yeah, good for
Does
her.
it get a?
He's a billionaire, so.
Let me see here if we can do a.
nanny.
This is Gus right now.
Gentlemen.
I'm a gentleman.
Sorry, must be the altitude. I'm back in the altitude. Turns you into a fucking creep piece of shit.
I don't want to get any of this heat.
Let's see. So he's working at the appliance giant. He's working full time now, he says in the next paragraph, because the video store finally shuts down. Will the thrill. Then he goes, he wants to settle a score real quick, and he remembers when he quit WWF that he heard from someone that after he quit that Vince held an open forum between he and the roster, which Vince Russo would like to remind you that he told Vince to start doing open forums for a more direct communication, and that was because of the screw job. Well, he held an open forum about Vince Russo quitting. And this is one of those stories where you tell it and then you're like, this kind of makes you sounds bad. Because one of the questions Vince gets is, who the fuck is Vince Russo? Who are you talking about right now? And Vince McMahon says, it was a television salesman I gave an opportunity to. And then, so Vince Russo would like to take umbrage with that. Oh, yeah, that was Vince. He gave me, it was just Vince in the Attitude Era. I didn't help at all. I was just some schmuck that worked in an appliance store that he gave an opportunity to. Yeah, right. That's it. That's where he he takes a moment to do that. Let's see. He says he was salesman of the month after month at PC Richards and Son. He says what we were talking about earlier. The rest of the salesmen despised me. It just was because I worked harder than they did. Do you think that's why? If we are to believe that he was salesman of the month, do we think that he was despised by the other salesmen?
This is sad. No, I don't.
Listen, absolutely. If they are on commission, absolutely. Because that's literally you're fucking with guy's paycheck. Especially if he's being like a little rat about it, like coming in like at the end and like, let me take you over to the register. Thanks, Billy. Yeah, we got it. I got the paperwork. Yeah, I got Mrs. Klein taken care of. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. Okay.
Somebody's like, I've already been helped. No, I can get you over here.
Yeah.
Let's see. My first year at the PC, not at the PC. At PC, I brought down about $43,000. Still wasn't enough. He still doesn't have enough money. They can pay their bills and put food on the table, but there was no scratch left to pay for a radio show. So that's looking like a dead-end dream, Vicious Vincent. And he doesn't know what to do, you know? He's down. This is it. if this doesn't work, this Vicious Vincent thing, this radio show, and get him into the WWF, then he's just not going to do it. Do we believe that on Vince, that he just would have quit this dream of his to work with the WWF? That would have been the finale of it. Clearly not, because he decides to do another thing. So he's sitting there. The radio show is not getting any traction, even though it says he's in 7 markets and all that. He can't pay for it with his regular job. He says he could write Vince McMahon, write him a letter asking for a job. But he figures everyone's doing that. And he says,
bootstrap and DIY, and you just make it happen, man.
You could create a promotion
All you
about faith.
all you need is voice and a microphone, man. And you might not even need a microphone. And you know what? Even if you don't have the voice, there's other senses.
Look what NXT is doing to Gus. What's the
No,
Booker T?
that was the medical grade gummies.
Oh, okay. It's not Booker T and the other guy that they got there.
Oh man, I don't have the volume on loud enough to even hear what that. I'm not gonna do that to myself.
Is Booker
I'm just
T?
thinking, like, Alvarez watches this and like gets excited about like talking about it the next day. Like,
Javon Evans. Put a belt on him.
we got Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank? All right.
They look like
let Chef Sean cook.
remember Heavy Machinery?
I do.
Otis and Tucker.
Yes.
I remember my favorite thing is that Dave Meltzer, every time they were talking about breaking up the team, the other
It was
guy,
Tucker.
Dave would be like, on Observer Radio. It would take time every time to take time to go. I'm Tucker. I'm looking for another job. I mean, if they
I think
break
that
them
guy
up-
literally did nothing outside of like. I think he just went off and like raised family and got out of the business and had a respectable life.
If I'm Tucker, I'm skipping every part of Observer Radio to listen to Dave. Just go, oh, that guy. He's just, if he doesn't have Otis, he's cooked. He's done.
So yeah, Hank and Tank look like Heavy Machinery on Ozempic.
Well, that's not fun.
Nah, they're shorter too, believe it or not.
No, is Otis come
Oh
back on
God, it's
Ozempic?
Brian Pillman Jr.
Ugh.
And he does that slide-in thing on the stupid throne.
That'll get him over at some point. At what point does he know it's over? When they take away the sliding throne? Hey, bud, got to cut back. We got to give somebody else some fireworks.
Man, I hope Vince tweets in or on whatever they call it on Signal. I hope he's watching tonight.
What are you doing? Tell Sean, what is he doing? Who is this? Why does he
I
look
thought we
like
took
that?
care of Pillman. Motorcycle.
Let's see. We did that story. Yes. And we could touch him. Yes. Not enough. Oh, Vince Russo. Vince McMahon wouldn't know Vince Russo from Knucklehead Smith. And if you don't know who Knucklehead Smith is, you've really missed out on life. I just wanted to note that because he does that, I think, a couple chapters later. He does the same thing. So you hit me. If all the marks are writing Vince McMahon, I'm going to write Linda McMahon.
Pillman Jr. lost in 9 seconds, so that's how it's going.
To
him
whom?
and Ethan.
So the guy said he looks like Taylor
Oh, right.
Swift's
Tucker,
bodysuit. Yeah. It was a speed match.
They're still doing the speed title.
But now it has moved off X, formerly known as Twitter.
They should get a WWE Hall of Famer and legend R-Truth to go down to NXT and compete for that. You know?
Yeah.
Multi-time 24/7 champion. The phone call heard around the world. So he writes Linda, sells, a heartfelt letter about his trials and tribulations, he says. About how, basically, dear Linda, my dream is to work for the company that you, and it's, probably going on and on. By the way, Vince really gives a case for the McMahons for able to sniff out sycophants that will keep them close. As you go, he mentions he mentions other people, and then you look up like her assistant Liz DeFabio or this person, you look it up, and this guy that worked at the magazine, his wife, they used later in Linda's Senate run for a campaign. She's a normal citizen that's like, Linda McMahon cares about. I voted for her. And it's all very like insular and, who's going to drink the Kool-Aid? Look at this letter we got from a Vincent Russo. I'm ready to die for your family if it just gives me a loaf of bread for mine. It's March of 92. He's at the kitchen sink doing dishes. Cue the Seinfeld music again. Why was I washing dishes? I'll never know. Real men shouldn't do housework. It's not in our nature. What's the deal? Also, poor Amy. Let's face it. That's what we all get married for. We all want to be taken care of, waited upon, loved. And if you don't agree, then you're either full of shit or you're gay. By the way, there's not a...
Was this
not
after
any?
is this the revised post-Christian version?
This
Yeah,
is a
this
post,
is old.
and this is old, but he doesn't. Yeah, but he said he corrected it when he was saved, and then he doesn't after this. He doesn't have a save bit where.
Yes,
Well,
he does.
Yes, he does. A little paragraph here,
Yeah,
but I don't know what he's embarrassed about.
You ever say that to anybody?
If you do house chores, you're gay.
Yeah, you're either full of shit or you're gay.
No, I don't think I've ever said.
I've never put those two qualifiers together.
Yeah, you're either lying to me or you're gay. But I guess he's talking about womenly duties in his mind. Which I guess
what a coward! Like, it's like booking, right? You're supposed to a good marriage is like a well-booked territory. You're supposed to accentuate the positives of everybody in the territory, and maybe certain people are better at taking out the trash, and one person's like really good at folding laundry. You just got to kind of do your things, but the important thing is not to resent each other and make sure there's an equal distribution of labor based on, emotional needs, physical needs, and just talk to your family.
Vince isn't hitting
Love
any
each
of these
other.
boxes. Vince is not hitting one box.
Gus just created another short for this week.
That was my Jerry Springer.
If we had real ambition, we'd cut in lines from Vince's book where he's like, "Take it or leave it," or "I couldn't be bothered to clean that." All this stuff, all this crime.
Vince Russo loved Jerry Springer, and he never took any of his final thoughts to heart.
He had already turned it. Yeah,
he's like, I already saw the tits.
Yeah,
I'm gonna switch over to E.
Him and Ed are buried in their notebooks, writing down the latest and greatest.
They're not showing the Sibian, but it's the Sibian.
Has he bought the? Did he buy the? You could have the Howard on the pay-per-view.
He
uncut.
absolutely did.
The Too Hot for TV.
Amy, they're
tape,
not.
Too Hot for TV?
Yeah.
They would push the shit out of that tape. Jerry Springer. It was like the moments. I guess unblurred. That's what they pushed.
I guess.
I never saw it. Maybe we should track down a copy and do a watch along of that.
Amy, it's just like the show the kids watch. There's nothing more. It's just more of it. That's why I'm paying.
This is normal in France. You keep saying you want to go to France. How can we go to France if you can't watch the... Come on.
If
why are we having this conversation?
If we assume
it is
that
on
Amy,
the Internet Archive, Gus.
Nice.
Oh, gosh, goddamn.
The whole Too Hot for TV or Springers or Howard Stern or just in general.
Springer.
Cool. I'll watch the Norm Macdonald on The View and then I'll watch that. Sounds like I'm in for a good night.
If we were to assume that he wants Amy to do the quote-unquote wifely duties of like cleaning and cooking and what have you, is he then someone also that's like, this isn't like my nana used to make? Where did you learn how to make the pasta? What do they call it in Spanish? The noodles.
Macaroni.
Where did you learn? In Indiana? They don't know how to make that.
This isn't a bolognese. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is either bullshit or you're gay, Amy. Is that why we haven't fucked? But I could take
like,
it or
wait a
leave
minute.
it. I could take
Wait
it
a
or
minute.
leave it.
He turns another. She's like, what kind of fucking mind games are these?
Oh, man.
So he says men do men's work and women do women's work. And what is men's work to Vince? Because he's resisted any job, any serious job. And he says he's good at sales and he keeps getting sales jobs. And then he's just like, oh, fuck. He's just staring into the abyss as he listens to Howard
What's the
Stern in his
politics?
car.
The pressure of everybody hating him.
You think that's some of it too? Yeah, why he doesn't want to go into the store because he's got to deal with everybody's like comments and fucking,
We know
it's
he's
just not good
fragile.
vibes.
Who are these?
It's PC Richards is a nest of vipers. Don't let anybody tell you different.
So we got some twinks. Their stable trio is called Swipe Right.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, they're from the Evolve brand.
That's a classic WWF, like in on a saying 5
Like-
years after people were kind of using it in their.
Oh, like 15 years. This is
Yeah.
a Vince idea. He's on Signal. Sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting.
No, man. So yeah, Save Vince shows up and goes, man, I'm embarrassed by some of the things I wrote. And again, he repeats, but I've left it in, even though he said he took out all the dirt on everybody, but he left all this stuff in, showing what a shithead he was, to show you how I used to be and how I'm different now. This is the same guy that's going to write about bitch slap in like, what, a year?
Yeah.
So Liz DeFabio calls Vince Russo. She's Linda McMahon's assistant. Linda would like to speak with you. Linda informs Vince that the WWF Magazine is looking for freelance writers for WWF Magazine. And after WrestleMania 9, someone will get in touch with them. And so Vince is like, all right, I did it. And then he comes back and goes, remember what I said about the awards thing? And everyone's saying, look what I was doing. That's because I didn't know God. See, it's all coming together. Look at all these eyes. Anything that you ever do is actually God. It's not you. Then Ed, is it what is this? Ricciuti? Raschuti. Ed Raschuti, let's say, yeah. Ed Raschuti of WWF Magazine. He gives him a call. He says the guy he calls him from an appliance. He gets a hold of Ed. He says the guy answered the phone. Dean Martin bombed 7 sheets to the wind. And so he just says, so Ed says they liked each other on the phone. He gets a freelance gig. This prompts forgiven Vince to chime in. Man, it means so much to me to be 100% Italian. He talks about his grandpa.
Have I done the Vince Russo, Henry Louis Gates bit?
What's that?
I know. This is so stupid. Painfully dumb.
His grandfather. He brings his grandfather up again. He says that his grandfather was a man in every sense of the word. And then he says, this is how he describes his grandfather. Stubborn, stuck in his ways, strong-willed and strong-minded. Everything Vince Russo is. I said, you just described stubborn 3 different ways.
Yeah.
That's his big takeaway.
Hey, that's Indiana University. I don't come shaved.
And then he writes this sentence. He always represented this strong individual to me, a man who was in every sense a man. So I wrote, this stinks. Then one day, this is just one sentence, then one day he died. It's like, yeah, we covered all this already. He misses his grandparents. And he says his grandfather got into God at the end after his wife died. and his mother gave him his grandfather's Bible, and he looks at that and reads that book. So he's getting $150 a story.
If Russo went over to Italy, he'd be looked at the way the Sopranos were when they went over. Remember, all the real Italians fucking hated him.
Yes, it's an all-time scene when Paulie tips his cup at David Chase playing David Chase, of course, casting himself as a real Italian, and just gets glowered at. And Paulie finding like he's connecting with the home country with the prostitute, and then he's like, "Wait a minute." Doesn't she bring up that she's related to someone? He goes, "Wait a minute."
No, I don't remember that.
I feel like he thinks that maybe he could be like, or he says that like we could be like distant.
He does say that,
yeah, he gets weird about it. Doesn't Christopher spend the entire trip looking for smack?
He's getting. He notices the other guy's track marks on the other Italian.
That's right.
Guy.
He's passed out the entire time, and so then people are like, then he has to rush and get gifts like he'd been trapped. Gus, when are we doing Gus Panos?
Here's what we'll do. Well, we should have a roulette wheel, like a bullshit roulette wheel, which is like we watch an old NFL game, we watch a Sopranos, we watch.
It's on the Patreon.
I know.
Somebody set it up.
I've already squirreled away the JCW watching. I think we can fit it in. But I'm also doing that damn yo-yo thing now, too.
Ugh.
I don't know. If I ever get cancer again, I'll probably do The Sopranos.
Oh, we got to do it before that.
The problem is I got this black box. I got content like up the ass now. It's never ending.
Find the Sopranos channel.
There probably is a 24/7 Sopranos channel. I'll look.
Larry, could you imagine? Flip that on at any given moment.
If Pluto had it, I'd be on it all the time.
Oh, man. So he's getting 150 a story. He's doing about 2 stories a month. They first asked him to write a feature on Adam Bomb. And if you've read WWF Magazine, it's just kayfabe shit. It's just pretty bare. It's pretty simple shit. I was myself a collector this was my introduction to Vince Russo, was WWF Magazine. Started collecting them in 94-ish, and then was regularly sometime in 95 on, just till maybe 99, when I was starting to go, wait a minute, what am I doing? This is why am I still getting this magazine? I'm on the boards.
Oh, sure.
But when you're a kid, when I was a young man, I mean, I was on the internet yet in 95, that was still a couple years off, year off. And then even then, you're on AOL, you had to crawl you had to find, you're on the AOL. For me, I was on AOL, and then you're Googling, and then you're on website, and then you're like, okay.
You're not Googling.
CW. Oh, you know what? Okay. Yes, I know. It's entered the lexicon. I was searching.
You were asking Jeeves.
Then I was, then you're suspended and kicked off of AOL, and you have to go to MindSpring.
Wait, why were you suspended and kicked off of AOL?
I told someone to kill themselves. Whoops. And then they reported me.
I'm surprised you could get banned for that back then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That seems like that used to be,
To be fair, there's context. This person was in the chat saying, someone tell me. See, I was lured. They were like, I want to kill myself. Someone tell me. And so I was like, I'll oblige. A young man, me.
You got baited by a cop, man.
Probably. They got me off AOL. It was, a simple conversation with my mother. We might be banned from AOL. We need to find another internet provider. What
would that be? Like CompuServe?
I think she had, we got the MindSpring, but I think she had one conversation with AOL that was like, he's a kid. He's like, what do you want from him?
This feels very Cartman-esque.
I got in trouble for punting somebody once.
Oh, I remember that.
I
Oh,
had the
let's
Pepsi,
go.
I had the Pepsi punter.
Did you have
and it was-
the other? Did you have AOL? Did you have any of the other?
I had a couple wares, yeah. But it was a kid in my class in like 6th grade, and like his mom called my dad. And I fucked up their shit.
Punting wasn't even that bad. You just got back online in a couple minutes. Like
I know.
cowards.
Ed was sky high on Vince Russo, according to Vince Russo, but he never knew if he actually liked him or it was just the whiskey talking, quote unquote. So Ed's just sloshed, and I think I did find Ed. I sent you the link. It has to be this guy. In his biography, he's like, I'm the only guy that's ever stood on top of Andre in a bar. Which sounds like something a drunk would do. But he writes other books now. He doesn't mention WWF at all outside of that little comment in his biography, but he's still alive.
He died last year.
Oh, he died last year?
Well,
Oh,
you sent us the obituary.
No, that's another guy. That's Jeff.
Oh, that's Gianfrido.
That's the guy that got the Bob Backlund chicken wing put on him.
I forgot. Okay, I get Gianfrido and Raschuti confused.
And apparently, on that guy, Vince Russo did do a tribute show on his podcast for him. So I guess, hey, credit to him and that he really liked that guy. And so he does bring up that his passion to get where I wanted took priority over everything. And just to be clear, Vince Russo loves making this clear. That included Amy, Will, and VJ. They came a distant second. What a horse's ass I was. This guy can't stop. If you were like, I grabbed his pen and you're like, don't write how you don't value your family. Don't do it. His hand will be shaking. He's like, I have to make it clear.
Man, I'm looking at this Raschuti website, and you're right. He does not mention shit about wrestling.
That's what was so frustrating with the other names I had to look up from this. I have all these WWF magazines and other pro wrestling magazines, and I'm looking at the, the editor and all this, the people he brings up, and I'm trying to find them, and nobody wants to put, Titan Sports or WWF Club, anything publishing or, publisher of this or that. Nothing. Nobody wants that on their resume. Can't find any of these people. I found Ed Raschuti just because, he's just still at it. But we'll get to some of these names. I could not find anybody. I was so frustrated. I just want to know if what they're still doing. Are they in publishing, or is like the other guy still an accountant? We'll get to him. I'm sure if I paid money, I could get it. You know what I mean? Could find a guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay money.
Patreon money coming in. We could hire, PI
tracker.
I mean, you could go on those ways. I'm just looking at LinkedIn and Facebooks and this and that, and go, seeing for any articles or anything about nothing.
We could have an AI agent run FOIA requests on everything after we parse the text through a,
You need that universal newspaper searcher.
Yes, the archiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vince gets a gig to interview Sean. No more writing little features. He's actually going to interview somebody, and he says, Sean wasn't a big guy. Sean was less than 200 pounds, soaking wet on Daisy 8 potato chips and scooter pies. And man, if you don't know what a scooter pie is, I feel your pain. So it's Knuckle Smith. If you don't know who Knuckle Smith is, and if you don't know what scooter pies are, and I think Ed brought up castles. If you don't know what castles are,
Okay.
those are the three. Okay. Which is crazy that Ed
I
also
didn't
has a
know
similar...
Knucklehead Smith, and I don't know Scooter Pies.
Okay. Well, you
Nostalgic,
don't...
discontinued American snack similar to a moon pie.
There you go.
Okay, so Vince doesn't know that things are regional. 'Cause I bet
No,
this was
that's
an
why I
order
thought
thing.
his radio show was.
Yeah.
He'd be a guy, I'm assuming, that if you said, oh, like a moon pie, he'd say, no, I'm talking about a scooter pie. It's different because of where I'm from.
It's in the water.
Yes.
If you don't got a Carvel's, it ain't ice cream. Fudgy the whale.
I'm telling you, bro. He's eating nice, you know. We used to go, it's like, all right, okay. What does Tony Soprano say? Remember when it's the lowest form of conversation?
Yeah.
So
Ruka, that's a main event talent.
I mean, Joe Lanza called it years ago where he said, this was, 3 years ago now, maybe even, when Jade Cargill was still in AEW. He goes, you give me Sol Ruka for Jade Cargill, trade straight up. I'm taking Sol Ruka. Good luck with Jade Cargill.
You got to get a new finisher, though.
You don't like the springboard stunner thing?
No.
You know the mutants are going to love that. They're going to love that.
That's gonna. Listen. As soon as she gets that first major injury, it's gonna.
Yeah.
I think she's already been injured. Well, that's looking good.
She's gonna have neck surgery.
William Regal is like, darling, my dear girl, you must stop landing like that. You'll have no hips. No hips.
Mariah May's an idiot. She completely sabotaged her career.
The mutants are finally getting the memo that they need to get behind her. Except, you know, she's just gonna wallow. I mean, I don't want to get into the people that are leaving AEW because of the WWE thing. It's like the people that want to leave to just be on a WrestleMania. God bless you. Go with God. I just can't imagine. I mean, it goes back to that.
Okay.
Going back to that Fed pill thing, like I just can't imagine being like, just to be on a show with a name. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm part of that, I guess.
So now the NXT crowd's not reacting for Javon Evans because they're like being smarky, I guess, because like they're never going to do it. You know what I mean? Like they're going off script they're turning their backs.
Oh boy, Brian Alvarez is pumping his fist.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta turn NXT off. That's being bullshit.
Vince Russo would like you to know that the views in this book expressed are his own. They are just opinion. Now, this, of course, is referencing that he said that his problem with dirt sheet writers is that when you say Vince Russo is a moron, people think that's fact. You must lead with, in my opinion, Vince Russo is a moron. So, he doesn't want you to think these are facts. He even then goes on and says, these are not facts. It's his opinion. And this is all just leading in so that he can be wishy-washy about Sean. I felt a special bond with Sean. Sean and I had a love-hate relationship from the beginning. A love-hate is usually where people actually have that kind of back and forth. But why do I feel like it was just one way, one guy not liking one guy and another guy fawning over the other guy?
I hate when he uses the phrase Spaldings.
Look, now he's grown up. He used balls on the latest lunacy.
We probably got sued by Spaldings. He's like, stop, like, you're, come on. Our brand is being,
Wilson makes balls. Why can't he use Wilson?
I was going to say that, yeah. Why isn't,
got a pair of Wilsons.
Wilsons.
Yeah. Shaking my head over here. The Wilsons on this guy.
Football's the primary product, though.
It
What
must be Spalding. It sounds like Spalding sounds like balls.
Well, what other, like, you don't got the title list. Like, what other...
Yeah. I don't know. What are the major manufacturers?
Oh, so Colin's gonna yell at us. Like, we're probably like...
Well, he'll know all the major...
Does Rawlings make the baseball?
Rawlings, yeah. But did they just make the gloves? Do they make the baseballs too?
Yeah, who does the balls?
Who makes baseballs? That's my Google.
Rawlings.
Rawlings
All right.
Sporting Goods, yeah.
Okay, nice.
I guess
know
there is the
ball.
Rawlings logo. Why do I not? I picture the MLB baseball with just the MLB logo, and then that's that. And Rawlings. Yeah, why not Rawlings? It's same as Spaldings. You don't got the Rawlings, and Spaldings. I think of. They don't make baseballs. They make like football
Soccer
and
balls.
soccer ball. Yeah, aren't ball shaped, testicle shaped.
Except no Rawlings.
Well, but they're bigger than baseballs, so you know what I mean. You're
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay,
So
so
then,
maybe
who makes
it's
bowling balls?
Oh,
He doesn't have the King
Brunswick.
Yeah, you don't
Brunswick.
Yeah, he doesn't have the. He doesn't have the Brunswicks.
Good bit.
So Sean and I had a love-hate relationship from the beginning. And why does he think Sean might have not liked him? Well, this is the events where he gets weird, where he's cycle, which is what we do. Gave away the game. Sean was probably a bit spoiled growing up, as many of us were. He couches it immediately.
Didn't Sean grow up like the son of an admiral?
Air Force.
Yeah, he was an army brat. Yeah, wasn't he?
Oh, Air Force. Okay.
Oh, Air Force.
Air Force. Am I right? That's for my boys.
I've heard the Chair Force. Yeah.
I believe my good uncle served on the Navy, I believe, and he was like, "That was a great vacation."
Yeah, that
Just
one's easy.
fishing
too.
off the side of the boat. That's
So
what
he was
said.
not at Fort Lejeune.
Let's see. Yeah, brass Spaldings. Sean had brass Spaldings because he stood up to Vince. Yeah, he has this weird thing where I guess he's meaning it as a compliment. He's like, I like that about him, but he's also kind of saying it as why Sean is like he is, which is Sean was close with his parents, and
Vince
you know,
doesn't come to a conclusion.
yeah, he goes, Sean was close to his parents. He treated his mother like a queen. I respected that. But then he kind of, why are you bringing this up as a reason why he was a quote unquote spoiled brat? Then that made me think about wrestlers, and we'll do Sean's book eventually, but wrestlers treat Vince like their dad. And people always said that, people always say that Vince and Sean had a different relationship, but I never thought, Sean thinks Vince is his dad. I think what Vince loved about Sean is that Sean treated him like shit, or like at least it was antagonistic towards him. All these other guys like Brett, who was like, Dad, even though he had like Stu over his shoulder, Dad. Vince was rolling his eyes and going, ugh, God. And he had Sean winking at him, yelling at him. He's all pilled up. I'm not doing that. And he's little. Oh man, Vince was getting off on this. The little guy telling him off, flipping his long hair around, earrings dangling. Oh my God, this twink is telling me off. Why am I into this?
As I heard, I have to keep. I'll use different names. As I heard over my return trip, it's not about being gay; it's about the perversion.
In regards to Vince and Sean,
May as well have been about Vince and Sean.
Vince adds, Shawn Michaels was also the only wrestler to ever physically threaten me.
Wow.
Have you heard that? I've never heard that. A story that he'll get into later. I'm excited. All right, I'm Vince says that during his run as champion, Vince Russo was writing many of his in-ring promos. Almost all of his pre-tapes, anything that he said about, where they would do stand in front of the camera and say, I'm coming to Omaha, da 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 da.
Yeah, I wouldn't take
You need
credit
pre-tapes for
those.
you need scripts for you need scripts for that?
Even his in rings. Sean never had good in rings back.
No, that's
as a
another thing.
face.
Which Russo counters with, Sean and I didn't like any of the promos. They were all Vince McMahon's ideas.
Yeah.
So he talks about WrestleMania, what would this be, 14. Sean's going to drop the belt to Stone Cold. He does not want to do it. At one point, he told Vince, quote, Vince Russo, quote, tell Vince the belt will be at home on my mantle if he wants it. But then he goes back. Do you want to watch this with Gus? Get Gus's opinion on it?
I got it pulled up.
Okay, let's do it. So Vince Russo brings up that on the last Raw before the Mania, which this video was titled, is the last HBK Raw before he just goes off into the sunset for a while. He cuts a scathing promo on Vince McMahon. He's shooting from the hip about how he really feels about Vince, and Russo was kind of taken aback.
It's coming.
We'll see how this goes. So here we go.
Welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends.
Ugh.
He's so bad.
DX-rated.
Ugh.
Put your parents to bed. Let's
This
cut
guy's in charge of
right
creative,
to the chase.
allegedly.
And then look at a little footage from.
And his stooge is in charge of booking.
What you were watching?
Yeah.
What we see here looks like a little
Man,
battery. But China-
Assault and battery.
Like Owen Hart just
China
came out.
deserved better.
Triple H becoming.
Yeah, probably.
It's funny because by this point Sean's voice is blown out, but now Paul's voice is blown out.
After you get bricked by my
Yeah.
cactus, I'll let you
Time.
play with my prairie dog.
What?
Wouldn't a prairie dog mean a
Okay.
small penis that like pops out and goes back in?
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
Which, by the way, one of the all-time clips, of course, is Paul saying, "I'm a lot of things."
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I didn't hear this again. I don't know how he
Okay.
sets this up.
Yes, and
Yeah, it's not
also
about being gay, it's about the
Triple H's
perversion.
place tonight. He's out there.
Okay.
If you play your cards right, you might end up back at Triple H's place tonight.
Oh.
But don't worry. After you get bricked by my cactus, I'll let you play with my prairie dog.
bricked by my cactus because they're in Arizona.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, now yes, Gus, take note of this woman here.
Yeah.
DX3. What does her sign say?
Interview and have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Sean's taking notice because she's having something's happening with her. DX3 words, bring it here.
That has to be
Okay.
a plant, though.
Security is
Maybe.
desperately trying to keep her from.
But that's
Yeah, security is pretty adamant about her.
And I was just wondering, man, do you have 2 nipples for a dime?
Oh, that's really funny, King.
She's a interesting looking fan here. Are you double or triple DX?
She's saying
Yeah.
triple DX as she's panting.
She's doing the. Have you ever seen the Rick Rude gif of the woman like licking her lips after Rude takes his
I was
robe
gonna say
off?
she's acting like Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters when she's possessed by Zool.
To all you really attractive women out there, that's a skank.
So Sean does
We
that.
realize
That's nice.
that.
That's not very nice.
She's
Yeah, now she's.
she kind of goes no.
But to bring the attention of someone having the cojones.
First of all, the shirt.
Well, clearly Vince Russo didn't write this because he said somebody had the cojones, not the Spaldings. So this is Sean. What's Sean doing back there with his hair? He's perming just the ponytail?
No, it's 2 separate braids.
Oh, it's 2
High
separate
braid and a
braids.
low braid. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that's an odd
I
move.
think, yeah.
On
Yeah.
their breasts.
You gotta admit, JR, he
Now,
tells it like it is.
for the really, really fun stuff.
Paul's such a dork.
In the last 3 weeks, I've been listening.
I actually don't watch sports. Is this guy important?
Exactly. He's listing off bodybuilders to Mike Tyson. You know them?
Old Steve Austin. In what looks to me
How many wrestlers asked Mike Tyson if him biting Evander was a work?
fight I've ever seen.
I bet more than one.
Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. just
Yeah,
so
I think
you
there's
two
some
idiots
people in
realize we've already got a cat fight at WrestleMania.
the administration that asked that too. Went to that trick twice.
So what's happening here is Sean is shitting on the Austin McMahon feud. He's calling it a pinch fight, a slap fight.
Oh, that's
he has
what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah, and he has no interest in watching it.
Idiots realize we've already got a cat fight at WrestleMania. The last thing we need is you two chicks smacking each other around out here.
And he's even saying that the punt, yeah, it's like it's a pinch fight. That the hits they don't look good.
You said that you don't want Stone Cold Steve Austin to be the next World Wrestling Federation champion. First of all,
He's a little slurry, but not.
I
Yeah.
appreciate your support, Vince McMahon.
So there you go. That's about as scathing as it gets. Is that he says Vince McMahon says he doesn't want Austin to be champion. Well, thank you for your support,
They're expressing themselves.
Sean. It's fake.
Freedom of speech still lives in the WWF. Mike will knock some of them
I
out.
appreciate your support, Vince McMahon. But if I needed
Fans were
another
so much more
dirty,
patient back then.
stinky, skanky jockstrap in my drawer.
This is how
well,
bad
then
Sean
I'd
was
give you a
at this
call.
shit.
But otherwise, you
What is he
leave your
talking?
opinions
If I needed
at
another
home.
stinky jock strap,
He was
What?
lost once Austin took off because he tried to become Stone Cold Shawn
Right.
Michaels.
it is. That's such a tough for who he is, who his character was, for a guy that the fans get behind is the complete, like, what ammo do you have? Like, you have to be
Yeah.
a
Because Stone
preening
Cold
prima
Steve
donna.
Austin
You know what I mean? Like,
doesn't
how do you
give a rat's
pivot?
ass what you think, and Shawn Michaels sure as hell doesn't give a damn what you think of me or anything I say.
What's funny is that
or
Sean
do.
would say that he was part of the turning of the tide against guys like Hogan. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
A fan's
Sure.
kind of like digging that kind of thing.
Stone
But then
Cold
it smacks
Steve
him in the
Austin,
face, probably when
you
he thinks
better
he's still
forget
got
about Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
some gas in the tank.
You better forget about stunning Sergeant Slaughter for the 100th time.
He's shitting on all the
You
angles.
better think about
Oh, all
one
Austin
thing
does is stun
and
a
one
Slaughter.
thing only.
Who gives a shit?
It was good TV.
Ugh.
A World Wrestling Federation Championship.
Oh, yeah, he's
belt
about to shit
is
on a bum.
around the waist
On
of the
Austin's,
heartbreak
like, journey.
kid, Shawn
Yes.
Michaels.
Yes.
Like
It's more scathing towards
There's
Steve Austin than
only
Vince.
one way for you to achieve this dream that you've been waiting for 8 whole years.
Which, of course, was Sean's big title win.
Yep. Childhood dream. Yep. Yeah.
8 whole years.
God forbid Steve Austin brings up that he's been working hard for 8
You're
years.
looking at a man that is the exact same age as you, who has been doing this sport for 13 years.
Oh man, he started when he was younger. Steve Austin started when he was older.
Still here in the World Wrestling Federation. I am the top dog, the head kahuna.
So
And
it
Stone
bothers
Cold
Sean
Steve
that Austin got a
I
late
will
start and has skyrocketed past him.
Yes.
give you that one chance that you've been waiting.
Who does
8 whole years
Vince
for.
have on the roster that Sean can, like, you know what I mean, that are like money making programs at this point in time?
You've gotta beat
Oh,
the
God.
greatest
Do you know what I mean? Get it on Austin. Do the
Sold
Vince
us.
McMahon feud.
Ahmed
You know what I'm
Johnson.
saying?
He did take her for most of
That's
97.
such a good pause by Larry. It's got the ultimate Shawn Michaels lip curl, how his mouth used to move. Like,
I think it-
They fucked up by not having Vader. The Vader, they should have fucking have murdered Michaels.
yes, that's true.
Ken
But now
Shamrock
Michaels as a
did-
heel,
Well,
I don't
I
know
was
who the
talking-
faces are.
I was talking to Larry about this. That's part of the problem with the Click and all the Click people is that they loved torpedoing creative and like pissing on possible money making programs. Even this with Austin, it's like you can't read the room, dude.
No, you're right.
You're
though.
gonna spend
There's-
the promo shitting on the.
You can't name a single babyface for him to feud with here other than Austin.
Yeah, and he's what is he
Right?
doing?
I mean, he
Like,
just did Shamrock. That was the one I was going to mention, but
Yeah.
well, and look, they could have done Owen, but they didn't do Owen. They
no.
didn't pull the trigger on that. You know, it's the same. You know, Nash used to love to do it. Hall used to do it, or as Dave
What
Musroy
about
says,
Phil LaFon?
Paul would go on to do it where he would just completely like nobody was worth his time or nobody was deemed, you know,
Yeah.
Champion of
money
all
on the
time.
table. Someone once said, leaving money on the table.
And there's another small little.
This is
drop
funny.
by
Not
Big
Sean and
Mike
Paul.
at
Mike
WrestleMania.
Tyson's line
Oh, yeah.
deliveries is so funny.
What is
Yeah.
it?
You heartbreak.
What is it? What is it? Oh, that's right. It's the special enforcer.
That's a go-to
of
trope for
WrestleMania.
Paul and Sean is
Baddest
Yeah.
man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson never knows where he is half the time. Fell asleep on Dynamite. Very funny.
How many months out of jealousy?
He's a couple years, but he's only a few months off of biting the ear.
World Wrestling Federation.
But that was a work.
What's gonna happen if Stone Cold gets in your way? I'm gonna knock him out. Whoa.
He censored himself, but
Cold
everyone's
than a
nervous.
block of ice. You will be out like that, Stone Cold.
Ooh, Sean missing. You'll be
At
out.
WrestleMania,
Stone
Mike,
Cold. Stone
Yes.
Who
Cold.
will come out the World Wrestling Federation champion? You will, Heartbreak.
You will hop right.
And after WrestleMania, who will still be the baddest man
Me,
on the
Heartbreak.
planet? I will,
Oh,
Heartbreak.
I will. I will heartbreak.
Ladies
Who's gonna be the
and
baddest man on the planet?
gentlemen,
I will heartbreak.
boys and girls, kids of all ages,
Hey,
the Generation X,
Road Dog's ears perked up, or
From
Billy Gunn,
now-
whoever did it.
until we say differently, will forever
Early.
rule the World Wrestling Federation.
Oof, no juice, none, zero zip. Vince is just shaking his head.
Well, he contradicted. He shouldn't have said forever, because he says until we say so, we'll rule the World Wrestling Federation. But he says
Yeah.
until we say so, we'll rule it forever.
Yeah, he's not well.
And I'm sorry, what did these two gentlemen's lives about?
X-rated. What is it? The X-rated view. What is this?
I mean-
Viewers beware. But they
I
B-ware, like Coco beware. Do they want Coco to join DX, or is it
That
because
would
of
have
the
been
X?
awesome.
He has an I in rated.
What the hell?
R-A-I-T-E-D.
R-A-I-T-E-D. Oh no! And then he didn't know how to spell beware, so he just went B-ware.
I mean,
Is
I
that
hope
W-E?
Stone Cold vests. That's all I was gonna say.
Yes. What is that? Harry Dean Stanton in between them? I can't really tell. Yeah, me and my buddy taking our Bugle Boy jeans and our vests to fucking watch the show. The amount of white people in this is crazy. Oregon, or is it Arizona? Well, yeah, Arizona. Okay.
Yeah.
This is just the only place with air conditioning.
It's nothing to be concerned about. Hey, it's the
Did I put
90s.
the- I put the-
Your loved
okay.
ones will understand.
You don't have a comment about the Jennifer Flowers double entendres?
Don't live in
No, I
denial.
don't. I didn't watch it that far.
Let the truth be known. It's okay to be a woman.
Okay.
What'd she say it was okay to be?
That's why Vince would not be welcome on the Lolita Express. Making fun of Clinton like that? Come on.
Oh, lordy.
Isn't that weird that Vince is a normal guy amongst that circle?
A bit,
Amongst
of those
billionaires,
guys.
amongst billionaires of like that age and of like
I guess it's one of those things is like you don't have to, like Vince is clearly a sex pest, a sex abuser, whatever you want to say, allegedly, blah blah blah. But I guess you have to hand it to him. He's not a pedophile that we know of. Good job.
Yeah, and he famously got mad at Brandy Savage for you know.
I don't think
allegedly.
Vince would. I think Vince likes the conquering of
Yeah.
Trist. It's like in Jurassic Park. They don't want to be fed; they want to hunt.
Here's Club. Vince is kind of like a velociraptor.
Uh-huh.
Hey, come on! You don't think that's true?
Wait,
He's got a fucking
no,
dinosaur.
Doesn't he have
because one
a
of the
Velociraptor? He's got the Velociraptor skull in the office.
That's a T-Rex skull.
It's
But
the same concept.
guy says in the movie, "Clever girl," when he gets hunted. Vince is a guy who can't even put a word together when Nick Khan is like, "Ignal A." What are you doing? We're not supposed to. You're supposed to be gone.
What in the blue hell? LOL.
Let's just make it clear right now. Paul was going around doing interviews at this time saying, we all have different flavors of ice cream, you know? Vince had his flavor and I have mine. Meanwhile, Vince is texting Bruce to get a hold of Paul. This is what we're doing. And Nick Khan is desperately like, we have a auto-delete chat for a reason, guys. What? Come on.
But like Vince didn't buy a news network. He tried to start a fucking football league and he tried to make it even manlier. Like that is the like come on. Like
Yeah, he's goofy.
that's
I'd
pretty
be the
fucking
first to say
cool.
it.
Like I mean
Yeah, he did.
amongst billionaires.
Yeah, he's not like them. Yeah, I mean,
He is a cartoon. He is the cartoon thing of a poor Southern kid that became a rich guy, like his boat
Yeah.
being named, what is it,
Sexy
Sexy Bitch? Yeah, he's like a garish cartoon of a guy with too much money and too much time on his hands. And,
I mean, he's still a nepo baby in the classic sense, but
right.
he's a
But
little
then
bit
he grew
altered.
up poor. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got fucked up.
Yeah, it would have been nice to learn more about that. Thank you very much. Whatever, Mr. Here's the Gate of Poughkeepsie. That was real fucking evil.
Yeah, what was his name? Territories book or Capital Revolution.
Tim
Hornbaker.
Hornbaker.
Hornbaker, yeah.
They
Merry
were
Christmas,
upstanding.
John.
It was an upstanding family. Everything's fine. He rode that back in the day.
Toots Mount was known as a wild man.
Yeah.
They do 17,000 at the Garden. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, why?
Some
Yeah.
say they'd have a little drinky pool.
Had to go to the other coast, change his name, sell hot dogs, but
He's
we're not
selling
going to
hot
talk about
dogs.
that.
Why is he selling hot dogs in the building? No one.
Well,
I know you can't ask him personally, but someone has to have picked his brain. God damn that book! That book's so funny. Remember when Toots Monts and who was the other guy beat the shit out of Strangler Lewis? Beat the shit out of one guy. Yeah,
They shot on
no.
Daniel.
No, they shot. But remember, they took him in the hotel room and they beat the shit out of the other guy.
Is that Dano Mahoney?
No, it was another guy. The guy that thought he was going to be champion. Then he held on to that grudge and screwed him like 12 years later.
Yeah.
He was like, "Remember when you beat the shit out of me in the
It
hotel
might have
room?"
been Strangler.
Because Strangler and Toots Mont beat up. God damn it! What was his fucking name? Colin will know. But yeah, it's because they owed him money. That's what he was mad about. He came to be like, you guys owe me money. And then they're like, counterpoint, you're in our hotel room. And it's 2-on-1. Can you believe getting the shit kicked out of you by a guy that sells hot dogs? Not
Honestly,
me.
yes. I feel like if I did get this shit kicked out of me, the likelihood that it would be a guy who sold hot dogs is actually pretty fucking high.
Maybe that. Maybe I just think Ignatius J. Riley. That's a little Confederacy
Well, you know what
reference.
though? You didn't grow up with the ballpark culture as much because, like,
No,
we had some rough hot dog vendors on the south side. Tell you what.
just dry ass Rosenblatt. Did you guys like it when the guys make a to do of it
I loved it. Fucking
You
loved
like it when they do that? They do the whole. They're part of the show.
Give me a show.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I might be with Larry. I can take or leave it.
Anything
It
or two
depends.
is okay.
Do you like
I also-
the exchange of money has to go down the line? That whole thing.
I hate them
know.
making the show of the. I hate making a show of the tip. That's always fucking embarrassing. Like the whole you know.
Yeah.
Passing
I
down
prefer it
$100
to the current culture to where we have a craft beer stand in center field where you can stand.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
Man, yeah. Now I'm censoring myself. Now I'm going to sound
See,
like
I'm
Vince
lucky
Russo.
enough that I saw 2 games at the old Cleveland Stadium. That's how baseball's supposed to be played, with fucking wooden, wooden
Absolutely.
seats.
Yep. I
Fucking
got it.
I
holes
say
in
that,
your
but
view
having
that
sat
you
in-
can't see around.
I said, but having sat in Fenway for a few games, I was like, you could upgrade the seats. They don't have to be from 1912. It's okay.
Yeah, that's funny though, because like I feel the same way about the games I saw at the old Comiskey Park, but I've also seen games at like Wrigley for like my entire life, and I'm like, yeah, what a shithole. Like,
Sure.
Well,
but it's
also,
not because like I dislike the Cubs or anything particularly, but it's just like it's a shithole. It's an old stadium and it's a shithole.
Also with those older seats, if you see anybody bigger than me trying to finagle their way into them,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
heart wrenching. It's like, yeah, no, nobody was that size in 1906. Sorry. If they
Well,
were traveling with the circus.
Let's talk about the Calvin Coolidge economy. Fucking silver dollar bullshit.
At one of these games I went to, a couple made out the entire time. It was crazy.
Oh, I've probably been that person. I'm sorry.
It was crazy. I was like, 3 hours of this, huh? At the baseball, you paid the ticket. Getting beers every now and then, but then it was just right back to making out.
Well, maybe it was they're having an affair, or it's a new relationship situation. But the affair would be stupid because that's like right. You know what I mean? That's like you're gonna end up on Sports Center. Like,
we were out in the right field, which was because Trot Nixon was returning to Fenway on the Indians. Do you remember that, Larry? Is it an Indians? Trot Nixon went to the Indians.
Yeah.
And he was a long time outfielder for the Red Sox, and everybody loved Trot, me included. So I was all excited. Trot's back at Fenway, baby, and I'm here for it. And this is also the year that they ended up playing in the playoffs, and we beat them and went on to win the World Series. But there was a guy in the crowd that kept yelling "Trot," Trot Nixon, just Trot. And finally, after many innings, Trot turned around and tipped his cap, and the guy was like, he waved, yeah. And what happened when Trot turned around? Trot. So I appreciated that bit. I really enjoyed that.
that's gotta suck when like you're. Oh man, I thought I was like in a rehab in a minor league park. That always sucks. Like when you're in a guy in a minor league park, like rehabbing, and a guy giving you the business.
Yeah. I think the meanest thing I've heard, which is saying something, was I would go to spring training every year, and it was 2005, I think, after they'd won the World. Kevin Millar showed up very heavy, and he spent a lot of the drills throwing his glove up in the air and catching it, which made me mad because I used to get yelled at for jacking off during drills. I was like, well, this guy's a major leaguer, and he looks like shit, so I don't know. Seems like I could, which I had said to the coach at the time, I know how to throw a ball. I'm good. I can talk, I can dick around, which that didn't go over well at that age. But Kevin Millar ran from first to third. People cheering, right? Crowd dies down. And the guy goes, get that guy a donut. It's crystal clear. Look at that fat guy. Good stuff. Okay, back to the fuck. So Vince Russo declares Shawn Michaels the first true sports entertainer, which little shady on Vince's part because he was of the mind of when I was growing up, it's all sports entertainment. I just didn't know it. Bruno was the first sports entertainer. He loves calling wrestling sports entertainment. He loves that term.
Yeah.
So he gets called in to the let's see. He gets called into what? The office? What is he talking about here? He says he was staying
He
in his
interviews them.
drawers.
Nothing really happens.
Oh, that's right. He's talking about being actually at the arena to talk to Sean. That's where I had just had underlined I was staining my drawers, which is staining your drawers. But I had to get the story. It's like, brother, hold on. Yes. Have the it's like a buttered popcorn kind of looking thing. Good.
Okay, I don't remember.
Show the painting to nobody. That's going up. It instilled as my wife's gonna do her womanly duties of putting up the shelves she made me. But she was like, I gotta get that up. Gotta frame some stuff. Let's see. Staying in his drawers. He's got to get the story. He goes back and now keep in mind Vince Russo has been in a backstage with the let me take off my hat here. With the wrestlers, he's done all this, and he goes backstage and he's like, "What is this? This is like a circus. It's like
he's only been in the office."
No, but he was in. Remember when he trained to be a wrestling manager, and he was like,
it's different.
All,
come on, he was doing a show.
But even then, he was like wide-eyed, going, "This is how it all works," and now it's happening all over again. Where he's like, "What's this? Oh my god! This is straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon. Grown men dressed up in Halloween which is very funny to say. Grown men dressed up in Halloween costumes." So then a Crocodile Dundee sounding man said, let's see if I can do this. Who the fuck are you? Is that how Tony Gurria sounded?
He's from New Zealand.
So Vince Russo is like New Zealand, Australia, whatever. Who the fuck are you? It was Tony Gurria. Did he spell his name right there? It's
an
G-A?
Yeah,
Yeah, he spells it Gurria. I'm Vince Russo. I'm a freelance writer for the WWF magazine. I'm here to interview Shawn Michaels. Wait a minute, I'll get him. That's my best New Zealand. Let's see. He gets back to the TV salesman thing. He goes, "Look, even if you hate me, you gotta admit I'm better than a TV salesman. As far as like, don't I deserve to be a part of this world? Even if you don't like me, you wouldn't consider me so low as to be just selling TVs for a living." It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And then he is saved, Vince, and he's like, I was just chasing money, chasing for something, chasing who knows what, constant search of something. Read my words. Look at me then and look at me now, Ebenezer. So he just keeps kind of hounding Ed. He's pestering Ed all the time. What's my next assignment, Ed? What's my next assignment? So I'm just barreling on. We're doing it.
Yeah, one more.
One more? You don't think
At
we can
least.
make it all the way to 50? Or no, 46?
46. We're on 25.
29. Excuse me, and I think we can. They're very short chapters. Here we go. Ed gets ousted. Ed calls him. He's drunk, probably. Vince fired. I'm no longer editor of the magazine. And then he's like, you should apply. Burp. So Vince says, man, all I need to do, the table is set. Now I just need to serve the White Castles. Oh, hey, didn't Ed write about White Castles and tell us, hey, you're going to find out about them in the book? Well, here we go. Page 130. For all of those of you who don't know, here's what I went to White Castle every Sunday. Here's what White Castles are. They're filthy fast food places that serve castles. They're little burgers.
Come on.
Now, this is a published book. Now, White Castle is just the meat and the onions, and that's it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Vince is getting them like this, which I was like, you're ruining it.
The
Because
pickle
he
and
says
the
this is how you
ketchup.
get it. Yeah, with a pickle, fine. But then drowned in ketchup. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you guys put... I gotta go back to the hot dog thing. Do you guys...
I'm a ketchup on a burger guy.
You do put ketchup
Barbecue
on burgers.
sauce is my number one pick, but I'll do ketchup. But
I don't do anything.
I wouldn't do it on White Castle sliders. No way.
I don't do mustard or ketchup on a hot dog. I'd prefer just dry.
I'm talking a
plain.
burger. I'm talking a burger.
Burger also. I'll maybe if you push me, maybe mustard.
The Larry burger is cheddar cheese,
Okay.
barbecue sauce, French fried onions, and bacon.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Gus,
Like
what's
a
your burger?
Western burger with no onion ring.
Gus, what's your burger?
Give me a second. I got a mouth of Cheez-Its.
Oh, he's got cheeses. I thought you were like going. Hold on, this is gonna. You've waited my whole life for someone to ask me this.
We're going flame grilled, oversized crust patty, cheddar, bacon, sesame seed bun.
I'm doing. I
No
got
sauces.
No
No
sauce. Yeah.
sauces.
Okay.
I'm doing two. I'm doing just your classics, like you smash like a little disc of a burger.
Well, see,
Right.
those have been taken off in popularity, right? It seems
I do
lately
like
everyone's
those.
talking about the smash burger or the pub burger. and
Generally
that's
because
what
they're really just salty. That's
Yeah.
it for me. And I just like things that you can like eat in like 3 bites. If it's not that, if it's your normal burger, I'm definitely doing bacon blue cheese. That's probably my first go-to. And if pressed, sure. I'm doing your classic every tomato, onion, lettuce. Sure, fuck it up. Let's do it all.
I don't like
Raw
cold
onions.
and hot things.
I didn't weigh that out at all. I poured that like fucking. Oh no.
Yeah, hang on. I'll be
Oh.
right back. 1 second. I gotta get food.
Okay. Oh no, I'm worried. I don't know if I should. Okay, I don't have to drink it right now. I didn't measure that out. I thought I was measuring something else out. Oop. Set up. Larry's getting put. I guess I could pause it. Oh, he's back. So he's applying. He's gonna. And hey, to our point, I forgot about this. To our point, he says. So he explains how his shitty burger, and then he says, some people say you're talking about a Crystals. What is that, White Castle? You must mean the Crystals." And he's like, "Get out of here! That's an imitation of a major nationwide chain." I've never even heard of a Crystals. What's a
These
Crystals?
could be like McDonald's. It was originally Ray's You know, he's one of those guys.
Then he writes, I think is probably up there from one of the most disgusting sentences we've ever come across. And we read in Tito Brown, a guy biting another man's testicles. And also worm the tongue. Vince writes, you tell me if this is one of the more disgusting sentences we've come across. You would be burping up those bad boys for weeks and they'd be tasting better every time. No, thank you. Vince, you're not selling me. Gross.
Yeah, I'm good.
What are you
I'm
talking
good.
about? He's burping for a week, White Castle, and he's like, yummy. Vince, you're making me want to throw up. Vince coming home to Amy with White Castle on his breath. Hey, Nani. Were you eating castles again? I can smell the ketchup.
It's weird he calls them castles and not sliders. I always hear sliders for their burgers.
Because he does say it's on a perfect. What does he say? He says it's
a slider.
A little bit exactly. Oh no, he doesn't call it a slider. He goes exactly the size of a miniature burger. Yeah, it's called a slider, my man. A miniature burger. Someone presents him a slider at a bar. Oh, one of these miniature burgers, a castle, if you will. So he gets in contact with a British gentleman by the name of Tom Emanuel, and his name in the WF magazines is Thomas H.W. Emanuel. And he is going to hire Vince in June of 1994? I think I put it in is when he starts showing up.
Okay.
With one phone call, he goes, "You've got the job." And then Vince kind of lets it loose that, you know how he's saying, like, this is my last chance. I'm down to my last. He'd already tried something previously. He'd gone to Titan Towers, which he later writes is 5 hours from where he lives. He drove 5 hours with the Matt Rat, his buddy, and they gave a demo tape of their show, the Vicious Vincent show, to a security guard at Titan Towers because they couldn't get in. And then that guy passed it on to Howard Finkel. And which he says, I later found out that's the only person who saw it. It was their best stuff. He gave them a best stuff. So this was not the last, it was the last plan, I guess, you know, but imagine thinking the demo thing would work.
And Howard's the guy they like literally make eat shit.
What do you think Howard was doing when he's listening to Vince Russo and his friend doing a Minnie Mouse voice, and they're doing? I guess what are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
What are they talking about? Yeah, I don't know.
Are they doing what he does now on the podcast, or are they making like? Did you see what was on WCW, bro? Yeah,
Probably.
I saw Sting. You idiot! You actually watched that garbage.
Mel Phillips did nothing wrong.
So
It's a fetish ass coward.
he's foot fetishist. That's what he said. So he liked feet. So he hangs up the phone with Emmanuel and he cries. And it's not necessarily happy. He's just like, oh my God, my plan worked. Holy shit. I got hired by them. He brings up my's and I's again. He's just going on. But he talks about his theory on every God gives everyone a singular gift. It's up to you to use it. If you use it properly, you'll find whatever you're looking for. So no one can, clearly this is our God. This is our gift that God has given us. No one can fault us for this. We're doing it. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing on this earth. Why has God forsaken us? Reading Vince Russo's book. Please help me.
Got a lot of thoughts going on in the mind.
Can we clip him saying, I have a granddaughter your age.
Yeah.
Which is,
Okay.
Or at least we got to get. Can I say that? Can I say women have balls?
I made that. That was a short. I made. That was in the short. I made.
Okay. And look, if nothing ever works out, it's just not in God's plan. Okay. If it happens, it's God's. It's good. It's God's plan. It's one of those things. You know, don't want to get Larry on a rant, but if it's good, God's plan. If it's bad, you know, God's just giving you time to figure it out.
And God will reward those who endure.
He does bring up. People ask me all the time, why don't I go back to WWE? Well, it's not God's plan. I was like, brother, what are we? They did eventually do ask you back, and you immediately get like eye rolled out of the room.
Well, that's already happened at this writing.
Has that already happened with Gulritz at 2002? I thought that happened later, between like TNA gigs. 2006. This was published in 2000. I don't know if it's happened quite yet.
It happened in 2002.
That happened. He comes back in 2002.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was later. Okay, sorry.
No.
Which is more funny for him to be like, it's not God's plan. It's like, brother, you came in and were pitching things that had already happened. You're like, you know what I mean? You're like, let's take all the title. Like, it's just dumb shit. Like, own it.
Yeah.
It's like when Tony La Russa came back to manage the White Sox.
Ooh. He fell asleep during the game.
Oh, man.
Maybe Mike Tyson was impersonating Tony La Russa. Was Tony La Russa drunk? Is that what happened there?
He was old.
Just old?
I mean, he was there. He did get a Dewey falling asleep, I think, in a drive-thru or at a red light or something one year.
Colin's on Cloud 9. Another episode where they're talking about baseball. You know what I gotta say? Tony La Russa had the best barber in the business. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, and we've also mentioned this several times, but best baseball game for DOS that's ever been.
Mm-hmm. Tony La Russa's face. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Holograms.
I mean, is anybody playing the show? Am I the only one that plays the show?
You are.
Okay.
I used to, but then I got overwhelmed by I know you could just ignore all the bullshit, but it felt like I got too Charlie Brown about all the commercialization with the card packs and the.
I try to ignore all that stuff.
I do too, but it's like in your fucking
I know.
face.
It's harder with the 2K stuff.
Yeah.
The show, I can still kind of just do a career, you know, and handle it. Although it's not very accurate. If I'm throwing I'm just an absolute dominant force in AAA, and they're like, well, we got to wait a month. I don't feel like they'd wait a month. You know, I'm like, what are we doing?
With the game?
Yeah, it's just not that realistic. The game has to cycle through a month to then go, okay, now we're going to make roster moves. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure if a guy was already has spent 1 month.
This is going in your scouting report.
Yeah. I'm like, I've got a sub-zero ERA because I'm cheating. Why am I not getting called up?
When fucking John Gresham was bringing up his PWI rating.
They don't want to start the clock yet. You know that.
I also don't like that. You on the show, like no matter what your responses are, it doesn't like affect really anything. It does to like players if you like talk trash to other players. They're like, I don't like that. But like when the general manager is like, hey, welcome to the Mud Dogs. And you're like, yeah, I don't care. I'm ready to move to the big game. The guy's like, great. Good to know. There should be like, what the fuck? This guy's an asshole.
Throw wild pitch for $5,000 for the mob.
Yeah, there should be that. Instead, it's just like, oh man, strike this guy out. Welcome to Titan Tower. Hey, to those who say Vince Russo never paid his dues, digest this. Hey, or bite this. Remember bite this with a Y?
Yeah.
That's a Vince Russo.
Where are those tapes?
He lived in beautiful Holbrook, Long Island, and he needed to travel to Stamford, Connecticut. That's a 5-hour drive in traffic. and he remembers coming home to his house, no, condo complex,
Ooh.
and it's 9 o'clock at night. And he's like, "What the fuck am I doing?" So I have to assume if he has to get there, if he's leaving at 5, he's doing it at 9 to 5. He's leaving at 5 in the morning, right? 9 to 5, right? Am I doing the math right on that?
Wait, he says it's a 5-hour drive.
5-hour drive.
So you have to
gotta
leave
get
at
there
4. He's got to leave at 4.
4. Oh, to
And get home at 10.
I know math. And then he leaves at 5 and
He
gets home at
10.
9. Wait, 5 plus 4 is 9.
Well, then he's.
Oh, wait,
he's
5-hour
back-
drive. You're right. I keep thinking it's 4.
See, he's getting his
That's
own
where I'm
math
getting-
wrong.
It's
Unless
5
it's 9
now.
to 4. A 9 to 4 job.
Okay, it could be, or it could be 8 to 4.
Yeah.
Hottest
Why is it
years
8
of
to
my
4?
life,
He's a-
working 8 to
What is
4.
he doing? He's the editor of WWF Magazine, 8 to 4. What is he doing? Okay. They have it's a monthly release. Maybe I'm downplaying it.
It's an hour lunch.
They're also writing about wrestling. This isn't Sports Illustrated, folks. What is he editing? Somebody writing about Yokozuna.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you
that
gotta
all checks
talk-
out.
Got to talk to Pat, and then you got to go down, talk to Laura, and then
Jeff's turning in an article where he starts shooting on something. It's like, Jeff's Yokozuna is not even Japanese. It's like, I'm an editor. You can't have that in there. You can't reveal that he's Samoan.
turns out his real name's Rodney.
Why did you put that?
I mean,
Here's another-
hang on. I mean, let's see. It says car. It's an hour and 13 minutes. Now I know
Same
it's
with
not rush
traffic.
hour right now. I know it's not rush hour.
Same
But
with
if he
did
traffic.
take the train-
He did say with traffic.
The
Holbrook.
train is 3 hours. If you wanted to do that.
He said by car. Yeah, it says 1 hour 11. What's happening?
Oh wait, hang on. Leave now. Let's see. Depart at. Right, we want to put this at rush hour.
When Vince Russo wrote this back in the almost 20 years ago, he didn't know we'd have the internet too.
If you left at 6:30 a.m., it's still only 2.5 hours in the
Why is it
worst case
taking him
scenario.
so long?
He's being a
What?
martyr. He's being, come on.
What?
Yeah,
4 hours?
unless it means 4 hours total. Yeah, the journey was 5 hours a day.
But he's showing up
See,
at 9
he says
o'clock.
a day,
Okay,
so
so
it's
2
2.5.
hours. But what? So why
Yeah.
is he staying there so late? Why is he showing up at 9? Nobody else is. Come on, the magazine.
I don't know.
This
Well,
might be like
you
every
know
other
the
job he's
hours-
had.
You know the hours Vince McMahon makes people keep.
Like Vince cared about the magazine.
You've heard
Linda's
Nick Khan's
high.
ideas about being tired.
Or you know what? Paul Levesque said it. Will Ospreay didn't want the grind.
Yep.
Of the reduced schedule they all do now. I think we've said what we can about Russo, like where he's what is he talking about? He's driving. Look, my poor mother drove an hour and a half during my childhood, and she's doing all that. Single mom. Come on, Vince. What are we doing? You can't show up to the house at a decent hour to put your kids to bed? Huh? To sit down and have family dinner? What are we doing? WWF Magazine. It's fake. It's wrestling. You said it yourself. It's carnies. So, here's the fix. WWF says, look, we'll relocate you to Stanford. Problem is, while they're looking for a place, they're in a 1-bedroom apartment. Or as Vince writes, a 1-room apartment.
Yeah.
Which is
Well, we got a
one
great
ch-
place. Laura knows all about the. Laura knows all about the 1-bedroom. She'll.
So it's him, Will, VJ, and Amy in a 1-bedroom apartment. But hey, he's thinking, I'm making $60,000 a year now as editor of WWF Magazine. But here's a problem. Oh my, here's another problem Vince has got with this job already. What a great employee. It's corporate America strikes again. He's got to wear a suit He was told he's got to wear a suit every day. There's nothing worse than wearing a suit and tie to work every day. That's what Vince says.
I mean, it does suck. I've never had to do full suit and tie, but like, it wears on you. It breaks you down.
It's
I will say
$133 a year right now.
Yeah. I will say this.
Yeah.
I was in a previous industry. Don't want to dox myself or my background, but I used to have to wear a suit every day, tie, the whole thing. And now I do not. Yes, I prefer now where I wear what we would call work boots, work pants, etc., t-shirt. The suit thing. I enjoyed certain. I mean, you just had your set that you recycle through the week. You mix and match. I don't mean it's not. You have to look presentable. Vince Russo. This seems to me like a cry of like I have to look presentable every day.
But to whom? Adam Baum?
I don't know. I guess to Liz DeFabio and Linda, or whoever's in the Stanford office. Jeff, the bodybuilder weirdo freak. Rest in peace, 2023.
Whom?
Jeff. We'll get to him.
Oh, okay. He's in the book. Yeah, I only had one job where I had to wear shirt and tie. It was at the cemetery. But I kind of liked mixing and matching my colors and my ties, and I got some Jerry Garcia ties and just popping myself.
It just adds a little extra time when you're getting. Yeah, now I pretty much just roll and go up. Yep, put on the work pant. We're on the boot. Yep, we're good. Or my famous thing is, who do I got to impress? Craig. So Vince, though, cue the Seinfeld music. Bang, bang. Why do guys got to wear suits and ties to work? Who agreed to this ritual, huh? Nobody's explained this to me. Suits and which does Vince like Mad Men? Because Mad Men has got a whole subculture of fans who are like, that's when guys were guys.
Yeah.
So he's got this kind of. I'm sure if you showed him the Rat Pack.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You'd think he'd be into it.
Wouldn't Frank Sinatra feel better in a Islander jersey and sweatpants? He claims that when he started just dressing casually, everybody in the WWE followed his lead and left their shirts and ties at home. Boy, Vince, take a look at the backstage footage now. We're back, baby. Blazers, Bruce Pritchard's running, Biss is running around in a suit and tie.
Yep.
Is he mad at me? I think about that too much. A grown man of his age with what he's done, which I never watched any of what he's done, but he's accomplished something in this field. Finding yourself running around at that age, going, "Is he mad at me?" When people talk about that, when they talk about work, about somebody being mad at them or like I'm in trouble, I'm like,
because a Netflix match went long.
I know.
Where there is time limit.
I've had people at my thing go, am I in trouble? Are you mad? Like, and I'm like, we're not children. We're addressing issues. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, is he mad at me? Oh my God. Abyss, get out. Get out. You want to shake him. Get out. Get out now. So then he also brings up that there's an unwritten law about not having facial hair. So Vince has to shave now too. McMahon hates facial hair. And then he brings up his two fondest memories at Madison Square Garden. And here's one of them. He's at WrestleMania 10 at Madison Square Garden. And Linda McMahon walks up to him and says, lose your gum. At the fan festival. So he's just standing around at the fan festival, and Linda McMahon walks up and goes, stop chewing gum. Spit out your gum. And Vince is like, oh, memories. And then also, he got to tell Owen Hart after the Bret Owen match that he thought their match was good.
Great.
Which I wrote, like, Owen was like, who is this? Who is this guy? So, Vince realizes he's in WF Magazine, chapter 27. He has no business being there. Okay? He realizes that. What did I do? I was the editor of a college newspaper, and I hosted a shitty radio show. So he's going to buddy up with the assistant editor, Louis Gianfrido. And we found out, yes, he passed away in 2023 at 55, which is crazy. He was probably very young in 92, 55 in 2023. Holy smokes.
I got the jab.
Oh.
It just said peace. It just said peacefully, surrounded by family.
So he was born in 68. Yeah, so he's 25 here.
Yeah, and Vince is what, twice his age?
This is 33.
Oh, that's right. He's writing the book and he's twice. Okay. So then he's like, wow, look what I wrote there. I had no business being there, but I was. Who put me there? God? This is, again, we brought it up in the second book, and I'll bring it up again here. Why does God suck in Vince Russo's universe? God's using his almighty powers to put Vince Russo in Titan Towers. Is there not a better use of his time?
The kids with cancer can wait. He's working on really plotting out this.
Vince Russo must write the blonde bitch project.
This really has got to nail his Hillary Clinton joke.
Yes. Yeah. Val Venus promo pre-tapes must be filmed by my word.
Guys.
Choppy, PP. To know Louis was to love him. Talk about a guinea. This guy was Capone, De Niro, Stallone, Gandolfini, Pesci, and Sinatra all rolled into one.
And that's just Russo meeting any real Italian.
Well, then I was like, didn't he already do this? And he did. Page 18 with his grandma. His grandmother was Edith Bunker, Andy Griffith's Aunt Bee, Mother Teresa, and your kindergarten teacher all rolled into one. So he likes to do that. He'll take every little... God forbid anybody's the unique person that you use your vocabulary to describe how kind or what have you that they are to you. Use examples, tell stories. You don't want any of that in the book. You just say, they're like those movie character stereotypes you all know.
Yeah.
So Louis dressing in a suit like everybody else, but that's something to Vince. He's got a little guinea mustache, Vince says. His cheeks swollen all the way out to Queens because his face was so overloaded with dip. I don't know if that's an Italian trope, but okay. So he's the real deal. I also find it very kind of eyebrow raising that Vince is always obsessed with quote unquote real Italians. His grandfather and friend. It's almost like he's posing, and when he sees somebody that's the genuine article, he's drawn to them.
That's why they got to do the Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates for Vince Russo. Because I guarantee you, he's not 100% Italian. He's got to be like...
It's almost like we talked about. He grew up around McFoley and his accent. I know that there could be different accents. I'm aware, but it's pretty thick. It's almost fake thick. Especially when you type things out like, forget about it.
New York.
Yeah, New York. Did I write autism here? I wrote autism. Is it because he just was like, because that Jeff knows everything about gangsters, and that he'll tell all this gangster trivia to Vince Russo? And I was just like, well, it comes in all shapes and sizes, all kinds of different ways. If you met a guy, if you met a guy with like a full lip of chew, and he's just like, have you ever heard of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? You'd be like, oh no, oh no, Al Capone. He had syphilis. Yeah, I know. Babyface Nelson. They. All right. No, you did. You like those websites, huh? Yeah.
I had a friend who did like a year in prison, just drug offense, and he's kind of a sweet guy, so I don't know how well it went for him, but he read some book about the origins of the mob in there, and that's all I fucking heard about was Lucky Luciano and families.
It was just a desert, and then they went out there and they made something. Okay.
Vegas is better than the mob used to. Which is true.
So he's traveling with Louis. I don't know why he's traveling with Louis or where he's traveling to, but he's like learning about the business. And Louis equating the business, the wrestling business, to the mafia. You're either in or you're out. And Vince Russo is taking this all in. He's like, this is exactly the knowledge I was seeking. And Vince writes, after hanging and banging with Louis. Oh, wait, also Louis is a bodybuilder. Okay. I got a good sense of this new world. So I'd like to just thank you, Louis. You messed up Vince Russo's brain. Because also Louis was talking to him about, like, you got to be paranoid all the time. Everyone's out to get you, just like the mafia. He says if you don't trust people, or if you aren't paranoid, you're not looking over your shoulder, you will get zoomed and zoomed hard. Do you guys, have you heard this? You will get zoomed and zoomed hard.
That's kind of an old saying. Yeah, who's zooming who here?
Is this Ralph Cramden? Is this I'll zoom you to the moon? And this is a shitty Vince Russo sentence. It's a cutthroat business. It's sports entertainer eats sports entertainer world. And also, this is great. Vince Russo. Who do you think's reading this book? Forgiven. Well, if you're the spouse of a sports entertainer and you're reading this book, I'm sorry. The chances are high that your husband or wife is cheating on you. There you go. He talks about Shane, which we've covered before. He loves Shane. He loves second generation. Hang on.
He says he was fascinated by the culture of wrestling, and that so many of these guys couldn't exist in the real world. And it's like, who are you talking about, man? Yeah, you've never had a job on a consistent basis.
This is his thing. Yes. Vince does seem like a guy that would point at like a Kerry Morton Jr. and go, you try your shtick out in the real world, see how long that gets you. And it's like, you don't know what are you talking about? The real world. What do you think a real world job is, and what don't you think a person can do? I mean, I guess Ted DiBiase Jr. fleeced a bunch of people, so maybe they can't function in the real world. So he reveals that, then he talks about Shane McMahon. He loves Shane. He speculates on Shane's relationship, which he does, I think, more in the second book, where he's like, that poor kid. The amount of expectations on that poor boy. In 2004, when he writes it, right? 2004 when he writes this? It's published in 2005. To this day, I'd say he's one of the top 5 talents in the World Wrestling Federation. Okay. He brings up that Shane wrote the entire match out. His first match against X-Pac, he wrote the entire match out on paper and gave it to Shawn weeks before the event. And X-Pac didn't like that. I love that Shane works in the company, and X-Pac is known as the guy that will test guys out and give them the sniff test. And Shane is like, that's our guy that knows how to work the house style. I will tell him what I want to do. Yes, I will lead the way on this one. Let's do. I'm finishing this. We're doing it. Chapter 28. One of the worst chapter titles you'll ever come across. The chapter title is Chapter 28. I should have taken heed in what John Mellencamp was saying, semicolon, or, comma, when the walls come crumbling down. That's the whole chapter title.
Oh my God! This is this first sentence.
What? One of his all-time favorite songs is "Crumbling Down."
Sorry, the second sentence.
To this day, John Mellencamp is just one of the coolest cats I've ever seen. What's not cool about John Mellencamp?
Yeah, John Cougar Mellencamp. What's not cool about John Cougar Mellencamp?
Well, hey, Vince Russo does say this. He hates to use the word cat. What am I, a black jazz legend? Which I have to give it to ISIS. He's got one up on Billy Crystal, who can't stop himself from doing black jazz, man. Gus, do you want another video to watch?
Billy Crystal doing...
To do Billy Crystal, Jazzman, Hurricane Katrina, and that should pull it up, is for a charity event for the Katrina recovery, and he's doing a bit, a sincere bit, where he's a black jazz man, and he's on the porch, he's talking about what happened. He lived through Hurricane Katrina, this character, and he keeps going, Can you dig that? Can you dig that? I know that you could.
Oh boy.
Yes. Have you seen this?
No.
Should we just stop now and just watch it and enjoy it?
Yeah, because...
Okay, let's just stop it here at the John Mellencamp chapter, and we'll watch Billy Crystal's jazz.
I'm pulling it up.
It's Wilson again. That was fun. I bet it was the best episode ever. You know what you can do to help the workers out? Rate, review, all that good stuff on whatever app you're listening to. Tell us how much you love us. If you want to contact us, it's theworkersclubshow@gmail.com. We got a YouTube, The Workers Club Podcast, a Blue Sky, theworkersclub.org, and we have a Discord where the invite link is left in various places. I'm sure you can find it. That's it. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Bye.
Smile and love each other.